Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of GDQ Hotfix shows. Tonight, we have another episode of Game Over. I am your host of Game Over, Regal. Welcome in, everybody. Tonight, we have two really cool, really difficult speedruns. The first is from Caitlin. Caitlin is going to be running Halo Infinite, all missions, legendary. And then we're going to have another run by Nico with the C, who is going to be running Wuchang, Fall and Feathers, any percent. Now, if you are new to watching Game Over is a show where we like to put on speedruns of games that are either known for their high level of difficulty or are being played on a higher difficulty level than normal. Which you can see by the Halo Infinite Legendary run that we're going to be having tonight and the Wuchang Fall and Feathers run that we're going to be having right afterwards. But first, let's just go straight into the Halo Infinite run. We have Caitlin, who is going to be doing the run for us tonight. Caitlin, you want to introduce us to what you're going to be doing tonight?
Hello, my name is Caitlin, and we are going to be running Halo Infinite, all missions legendary tonight. This is a category in Halo. This is the category where we are going to be beating all 15 main missions of the game in order. You may be familiar with Halo Infinite Any Percent, which skips into the third to last mission. Any Percent was split off after a little while after the game's launch, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm joined here tonight by my co-host, if they would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Ruby. I am not a Infinite runner currently, but I do run the game casually enough that I know what's going on. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Sweet. I think we're ready to go.
Okay, I'm excited to see this. We had Caitlin on a few weeks back as a commentator for an Any Percent run of Halo Infinite. So I'm definitely excited to see like an actual full-fledged run of it.
Sweet. So I'm ready. So
yeah. Okay.
I'll just give you a 3, 2, 1 on when timing starts.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Right. I will reload the map. So time is going to start in 3, 2, 1.
All right. We are off the gates. So the first thing you notice, you have a grappling hook, which very interesting to have off rip. We're going to be using that to just skate through all the levels because, killing things is slow unless we absolutely need to. So Kate's just going to be performing a bunch of slide cancel or grapple slides, combining the momentum from the grappling hook with the sprint and slide. Just a ton of speed. You'll see this for most of the run. We are actually going to be coming up on our first... our first combat section, aside from the 3 grunts at the very start. So we got to kill these 4 jackals. And then we're going to be placing these fusion coils next to this door because down this elevator is going to be 2 more brutes. We kill those, and then we just press the elevator, and then we're going all the way up. Yippee!
Yeah.
It's a... Worship is... technically speaking, like a 3-minute mission, and half the time is spent either waiting for the elevator or riding in the elevator. It's not a very intense mission yet.
So I noticed at the very beginning, like you don't start from like a new game selection. You start just like already in the level. Is that just like a feature of the game or what?
So we, give me a little second here. We're doing our first little, oh, goodness me, there's the first death of the run anyway.
That's one.
That's one. So we are allowed to start, we like to use a new save and allowed to use our tool to restart our runs because starting a new game is like pretty slow. We used to have like we used to have a save manager, but that's not very good. It stopped working with one of the Windows 11 updates. So when I'm doing like runs like a world record attempts, I actually suppress the first checkpoint we get with the tools. So if I had a death like that, I would just revert back to the start of the level. Zeph, do you want to talk about the skip I just did?
So that is door skip. For some unknown reason, Number Company decided to put the load zone for the end of the level, because after this entire section casually, you'll like blow up the engines to this ship and yada yada yada. For some reason, the door that has the trigger for the end of the mission, if you melee it 4 times, you'll get pushed into a BSP load and load in the back half of the map. And just backtracking from where we were to the end of the mission. Now, here is like the most important movement tech in the entire game. It's called coil grapples, and it's just hitting the coil against a piece of geometry at such a precise angle and speed that we'll just get launched.
Why is it not working?
It's showing it off so I can keep talking. And just like that, we just get launched like across this entire chasm. It's a fairly like well-known trick. Like a lot of people found it really early on. And now we're just at the end of the level. And because of the timing method, none of the cutscene is technically already like timed. So we're just going to be skipping it. And now we're going on to Foundation, which is another somewhat long mission in like retrospect, but not a lot actually happened. Because the first like minute and a half is all... Ooh, my throat is killing me today. It's all just movement. Like we'll pick off like the annoying enemies that can and will kill you. And because of the auto mantling that this game has, we'll just randomly slow down like that.
Yeah.
There is one aspect of this game that no other Halo game that I'm aware of has, and the enemy. So in a normal Halo game, if you have a battle rifle, pistol, carbine, needle rifle, DMR, something along those lines, and you headshot an unshielded enemy, you'll headshot them, they'll die immediately. And it's, you know, it brought on the noob combo from Halo 2 because we finally got introduced to the BR. But in this game, if you have no shields, any single enemy can headshot you and immediately one-shot you. And it's
really bad enemy RNG here.
yes.
I'm gonna revert, actually. I'm gonna revert.
That's probably the smart play.
Yeah.
Also, I realized that my voice coming through OBS and not Discord, so me trying to mute to stop myself from coughing does absolutely nothing. Minor skill issue. So we got through the first of many hell rooms in this game, and we have these pylons. It's supposed to be, if you know the lore for Halo, you know the Halo rings were the great cleanser. And all those pylons are different genetic codes that the Forerunners track. And now we get the weapon is kind of a Cortana V2 something or other AI.
Yeah, they were a bit upset that they wrote out Cortana, so they wrote her back in. It's
kind of
very compelling.
So this is the actual first of many elevators that we have to sit through, and there's no skipping TM that we can do.
This one you can skip, but it's more of an individual level strat. Because a lot of the individual level speedruns are actually done in New Game Plus, so you can actually ground pound that door there to open it. So, but yeah, that's
all around us.
New Game Plus. Not in our timeline. No. We down patch.
Yes, that is interesting. You should bring that up. Would you like to discuss the version we're playing on right now?
In a long time ago in a galaxy far away, IGN had all the 343 Entertainment admins or the game developers, something along those lines, watch a Halo Infinite speedrun by, I believe it was Sasquatch.
It was,
back in like 2021, 22. And it showed off all the, like, the really cool tech that we got, like a certain weapon that we're not going to spoil just yet for all these new individuals, as well as a few of the tactical elements that for some reason they decided to make into an RPG Halo game. Like our grappling hook will have a shorter cooldown, or it'll have electricity pulsing through it, stunning enemies, or eventually it'll have a ground pound option that we get to use to clip through geometry. And for some reason, after watching the speedrun from Sasquatch, they just decided to patch out everything.
Oh no, that's the worst.
So the worst part is
the strat secret from the devs. Can't let them.
The worst part is, right? They actually, so the door punch that I did on Warship can be done on a lot of other doors, but they only fixed the one on Warship. They specifically targeted the speedrun.
That's brutal.
Yeah, so if you play current patch Halo Infinite, the game is completely different. So as Zeph mentioned a second ago, like there's ground pound clipping. To fix that, they had to alter the physics engine completely. So the game plays and feels a lot different just because they didn't want us to speedrun the game. So now we have to play on a very special down patch.
Unfortunate. You gotta keep it secret from the devs.
Yes.
Yeah. So we picked up and skipped the cutscene of picking up because that's like 30 seconds of filler. These like upgrade cores things, something like that. The one that we just picked up gave us an additional 15% additional shield. And we'll find... How many more are we picking up? We picking up 2 more?
There's 3 more, but we only pick up 2 of them.
All right. We'll find those later on in the missions. I'll call them out when we see them. But also there is these little like not ammo crates, but like kind of ammo crates that give us our like talent points, because this is an RPG game. It's not a Halo game. And we'll find one at the end of this mission. So right now, Kate is just coming through and clearing up a bunch of enemies just scattered about this mission. There's a hard light plasma battery. Kind of redundant, considering it's not a plasma battery.
Oh, there it went.
So right now, it's just we're clearing up these enemies, and then we're gonna press this elevator.
Yeah, another elevator.
But this time, we're gonna have the big boss, Harmonious. I was thinking of a different one. This is like the great equalizer.
And you can see why immediately.
As you can tell.
That was
Oh, I got a funny checkpoint.
That was a weird animation, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to ground pound. Also, you just kill him here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you didn't have enough needles in him. All right, well, yeah. The great equalizer has been conquered. And now we get another elevator.
Yeah, this one's 22 seconds. We have timed them all.
It's really.
How many elevators are there?
There's at least 2.
At least 2. I think we've seen 3 so far. This is like
I want to say 8
altogether.
Chat, keep track for us. We're currently at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to. No, this is the same one.
Okay.
So that is the little armor upgrade seed thing, and Kate is also going to be grabbing the special one behind the building.
Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna grab it after we do the clear, though.
Terminal.
It's smart. Just keeps your momentum and your muscle memory.
Full of more monsters coming.
Yeah. There's another spark core behind here that we don't pick up in Legendary full game anymore because it's slower. But it
is slightly slower, but it's marathon ready.
Yes.
So we're gonna be throwing these new shock coils, and they're like they're just big shock grenades. And we're gonna be coming up to this ship that the Banished, not the Covenant, different, took over, and we're gonna find this really weird weapon that has no thing except it's a scorpion tank gun. And for some reason, it shoots out of your feet, so you're going to be seeing us jump a lot. And that is, after clearing out everything, that is the end. We are also going to be saving and quitting a lot in this run. Because for some reason, Number Company wanted us to actually sit through like the unskippable cutscenes telling us about the game, about the map, yada yada. Saving and quitting just skips all that. So now we're going to load in, and our special pilot friend that we will never see, aside from this one moment, shows up, and he's going to be like, "Chief, where are you going?" But oh yeah, we need the seed.
Spartan Core.
Spartan Core, seed, same thing. They're all words in the end.
True. So would you like to explain the Easter egg and why we can pick it up, or do you not, or would you like me to explain that?
I can if you want, unless you want to hear yourself talk instead of me. There is an Easter egg where there's like 3 like beacon-esque things scattered around Outpost Harmonious, and by unlocking them, it calls in like a airstrike from the tank gun that we picked up. But because they needed an actual model to show off how to actually shoot the thing, they made the tank gun, and now we just have a tank gun. We're also going to be doing this fob skip, where this is another unskippable cutscene until we die. So we nade ourselves a few times and save and quit again, because the saving and quitting skips the requirement for it.
Yeah, that's not like the Outpost one. We actually have to count that cutscene as done. We need to exit it, and the fastest way to exit is to die.
Makes sense.
And now we are going to call in a mongoose, because we need traversability.
I'm gonna go grab it. Oh no, I got in the Pelican. Let's save and quit. Hang on a minute. This is a bit broken.
Yeah, wait a second. But we called in the mongoose.
Yeah, no. The mongoose is gonna be sitting waiting for us. Don't worry.
All right. As long as we get the mongoose, this run's still valid.
Don't worry. We'll get the mongoose. That's a funny looking mongoose.
Where's our mongoose?
It's fine. I'll just use this instead.
You know what? That's fair.
So this is a pelican.
Sword?
No, we do the safe route. We do this first. We're doing the safe ways to do it in reverse order.
I don't like this.
I don't like it either.
The routine.
I don't like it either. It messes with my muscle memory, because so what I'm doing right now is actually the opposite of what you'd see. I'm doing the opposite way you would see in a world record speedrun. So the reason we do it backwards is if I did it the normal way, there would be enemies here, and enemies can blow up our pelican, and that is not good.
Your mongoose.
Yeah, my mongoose. Sorry,
mongoose.
Sorry, I'm blind.
Yeah, right.
Kate is also swapping between her keyboard and the Xbox exclusive game controller, because there is a new driving technique, because of course there is. We haven't evolved driving in a few decades, called pelican drifting, and for some reason we get this weird, almost horizontal drift pattern that is extremely faster than just normal driving.
Yeah. It saves a significant chunk of time.
So this is the tower, and as you can tell, this is a very heavily armored building, and we're gonna need Chief's help because he needs a weapon to take it down. So we're gonna ignore everything I just said, and we're gonna grab another Spartan Core, and we're going to upgrade our grapple, because we needed our upgraded grapple for a little bit. And we're going to do something that Number Company really hates, and that's breaking their game. And this is like one of the not most well known, but it was one of the most found out things, even in casual stuff, because hey, I get to grapple and then melee someone off cooldown. That's really cool. And it makes us, if we hit a certain geometry, we'll just flip through the ground.
Yeah,
So-
so as long as our head, our shoulder, or our feet pass through something during that animation, we will just clip through it. The game will just get confused and pull us right through.
And
So-
that is actually our second armor pickup too, is the sensor dart. We use it once. Hold up, scratch that. Caitlin uses it once. We never use it in a normal run.
I'm the only runner who has the key for it bound. Where is he?
Walls retract.
Oh, there he is.
Monka.
Don't worry about it. That was perfectly safe. That's the second boss, by the way. I've forgotten his name, so I'm just going to call him Charlie.
Interesting name choice. Anyway, Chaklock dies in the tower after Chief rips off. Dang, what's his name? I wanted to call him Spartan Davis for some reason.
It's Spartan Griffin. That's Spartan Griffin in there.
Griffin.
Yeah. So we take Spartan Griffin. The whole point of that mission, we were supposed to rescue Spartan Griffin, but spoiler alert, he died.
Comms, but if they are,
It's very
Very
sad.
sad.
help.
So now we're gonna go to excavation site.
Anyway,
So this is excavation site. The level is down there. There's actually a glitch with this. There's an invincibility glitch you can actually do here, but we don't do it in this run.
Spartan was talking about.
So we're meant to
Yeah,
go down.
that's-
We're meant to go down there, kill some enemies. There's actually a boss fight down there, but we don't have to do that because the level end trigger is actually just under the map here. So
yeah. Why do long mission when short mission do trick
Doing here.
or
Yeah.
whatever Steve from The Office says?
that's a weird pressure launch. I've never had that happen before. So there we go.
How could
And that's the drill. That's how we beat it.
That's excavation site. This is why future developers don't just place your level end trigger like somewhere where we can clip into it.
be close?
Yeah. Don't place it active.
Yes. Again, they didn't fix that in current patch. That trigger volume is still active. There is a new method to clip in there on current patch because funnily enough, putting barriers in the way of a community of gamers whose entire job it is to break barriers doesn't tend to work.
Yeah, something like that. This is conservatory. This is another level where we needed to down patch for. So the route that Kate just took, this entire room is supposed to be filled with enemies and whatnot, as you know it should be. But another reason that we down patch is because by grappling a coil, we make it heavy for some reason, and looking at certain doors with a heavy coil in our hand, we get to do stuff like this.
I promise I will demonstrate. I need to look for a very specific smudge on the door.
Stop embarrassing me.
I'm trying.
Caitlin,
That's a revert.
you're embarrassing me in front of chat.
You're supposed to
That
time the
is-
trick perfectly with the commentary.
Sorry.
We practiced this.
I'm such a bad friend. What can I say?
Stick with it.
This isn't working. I was actually
Maybe they
discussing.
patched it.
Oh no, there we go.
Hey, it worked. Hey, it worked. All right. So
Yeah.
anyway, like I was saying, first try. The heavy coils pushes us through the doors, and we get to discover some new enemies that we missed because skipping the cutscene. And we're gonna make a heavy coil again, and just
This clip sucks, by the way.
and just we're gonna clip through this door or this window, this panel.
See, you can be optimistic.
And I
This
don't want
trick-
to tell you how to run this game, but I think you're looking a little too hot.
You know what? I'm actually gonna try a lure. I'm gonna try a lure lineup. If this works, no. So this trick, I swear it changes its lineup every time I PB.
Hey, can I don't want to embarrass you.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, just like that.
Yeah, that's how it works. Sorry, conservatory
so-
sucks.
Very much. We're gonna be clipping once again out of bounds. We're gonna be just walking on top of the geometry of the map, and we're gonna be clipping inbounds very soon. Caitlin.
Don't worry, this is fine. That's how that's meant to work. I promise.
all right. I haven't watched the latest record. I'm pretty sure they do that in the run too.
Really, I would remember doing that.
Chief is
It must have been a different record. So that is our third and final upgrade that we get. It's a thruster pack, like a little mini jetpack with a 19th of its actual ammo counter. We're going to be upgrading it shortly after finishing off these two non-bosses, by the way, but even scarier than the actual boss.
I beg your pardon.
You got a checkpoint right there. Okay, I thought it was actually like while he meleeed you.
Is now a good time to say I've never died to those guys, like, ever?
Yeah.
That's the first.
It's taking us back to
That's
the
never happened before. That's
doesn't
the
make sense.
chat
I'm gonna
loves
go-
it when you say that.
come all the way down here.
I'm gonna go back on record and say she's died plenty of times there.
No, I haven't. Shush.
So why can't
So once again, another elevator. You're gonna hear me get progressively more deranged the more elevators I see. And we've also upgraded our thruster pack to, I believe the first one is just an extra charge. So now we get two.
Yeah.
This is the same elevator. I'm not gonna get as mad as before.
Never back in the open world.
Yeah, we're open worlding RPG game. So we're gonna take this ghost, and as all good speedrunners should,
the endless will be found?
we're gonna skip all the enemies as quickly as possible and pray that we don't get sniped, because enemies can in fact headshot you in this game, unlike in Halo 2, where a body shot from a jackal sniper one-shots you anyway.
Yeah, there's a brute with a skewer to my right, and if he hits me, my game just like froze for a second there. That's interesting.
Now we get to introduce the hunters. The hunters are the Bond brothers, yada yada, something along those lines. Once one dies, the other gets stronger. And then just like in Warship, we're going to use that quill to launch yourself up into the trigger volume of this grav lift. And now we're in fire?
Interesting question. Is a grav lift an elevator?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
I'm voting no because
gonna
there's
say
no
yes.
floor.
Think
Right.
of what the word elevator is. It's elevating you.
Right. Yeah, I'm going with the grav lift is an elevator.
Yeah.
But if you put it in the elevator's not worthy.
We're in. Wow.
I'm sorry, I'm too young for that reference.
We literally watched the MCU movie like 2 weeks ago.
Which one? Remind me.
Ultron.
Oh!
Anyway, this is our new AI companion friend, 343 Guilty Spark.
And his name is
cousin.
Adjutant Resolution.
We don't talk about it. Resolution. Once again, we're gonna be going on a little tirade of we're watching stuff, and we're waiting for
Yeah.
him because he doesn't do anything for us ever.
I'm gonna put a sensor
actually
on him
just-
so I don't lose him.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Just like in Halo CE and Halo 2 and Halo 3, the Oracle here doesn't really do anything for us besides opening doors. That's the only thing they ever do in any game.
There's a sentinel down
Except-
there. I got him.
You're gonna fall off. I'm gonna make fun of you. I will scream. So he's making a light bridge. Once again, a light bridge is not an elevator. We're not gonna get
Not an
mad.
elevator. It's not an elevator.
Yeah, light bridges are not
However-
elevators. Let's draw a line there.
However, this is an elevator.
This is an elevator. This is an
Yes,
elevator.
this has a floor,
has a
and
full-
it is. Wait, my armor is Mjolnir armor, so this elevator is worthy.
Yes, that's true. This is also our first of many open world-esque load screens that's going to take anywhere between 2 and 19 minutes. Don't know where I got those numbers from.
Yeah, regardless
That's a
of
large
hardware,
window.
these are 30-second screens.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty long one.
Also, we are going into... Are we doing it before or after sequence?
After.
Okay.
This is a boss, by the way. We have to kill Adjutant Resolution. He's no longer our friend.
It's just like Guilty Spark. We are now going into Pelican Down.
By the way, who found that damage cycle on the boss?
Oh my god, it was me. That was
Yeah.
one of many contributions to this level. So our pilot friend who let us borrow the Pelican earlier got shot down because driver. So we're gonna be taking.
Where's only
We're gonna
one?
be borrowing this ghost, and we're gonna be taking down these 3 AA guns. Because how else are we gonna fly out of here if there's anti-AA guns?
This level's so
And we're
cool.
gonna be doing. It is one of the coolest movement tech levels in the entire game. Alright, you killed him. Nice. So we're gonna be doing the same thing that we did with Tower and Conservatory. So we're gonna be getting on top of these AA guns, and then we're just gonna be hitting our shoulder into the wall and clipping in.
Yeah, we're supposed to press a button and kill 2 hunters for this one, but that is slow. And I also picked up a coil. 3 guesses for what I'm going to do with this one.
Shove it to the other tower is what I was gonna say. And just like the first AA gun, the second one, we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna hit our shoulder against the wall, and we're gonna clip and bounce. And you know why we did it first try? Because broken legs is a myth.
So,
No one's strong enough to admit it.
Let me get this straight.
lovely weather we're having today.
For you to make
We're going to do another coil launch because walking to the AA guns is slow.
That's a big one.
Yeah, this one's really good, really cool. There is
One
another
of
route for Pelican
the
Down, but it's
coolest-
more of an IL only route.
Tom's signature belongs.
It's also really dumb.
Yeah, because it has a chance to soft lock the level. Because you can miss the triggers to activate the buttons for the AA guns, and you're just completely soft locked out. Also, that coil launch did not work. This is fine.
Yeah, for some reason there's a kill barrier that just spawned.
There's a
Nicely
repeated
done.
message across
Yeah.
That's like a redirect that you did there. Look like
Yes.
to change direction.
So, with the thruster pack, so coil launchers give us what we call terminal velocity. It's a bit of a misnomer, and it refers to the highest speed the engine can handle. Past that speed, the engine stops applying physics to us, and we can use the thruster to redirect that speed. Also, Hyperius has disappeared, and that scares me. Oh, there he is. We're good.
There you went.
That was a cool redirect. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
that is 2 more bosses down, only 5 more to go.
yeah, that was a sub 3 Pelican down.
Ooh, speedy.
Yeah.
And now we are going into one of the base defense missions.
Base defense.
I mean, kind of. I mean, if you really think about it, you're just the opposing person. So we took the coil that we got. I've never noticed Chief's little arrow just slowly ascending.
Yeah.
You're looking at the map. We're gonna be going to these different beacons, and each beacon has a different base defense that they're trying to stop us.
We're gonna get another
the
mongoose,
first-
by the way.
Another mongoose. So the first base that we're going to has a bunch of grunts, 2 skirmisher.
Not two
Are they even
phantoms.
Are they even considered skirmishers?
I don't know. I think they are. I think the game called. No, I think you're thinking of a different beacon actually.
No, we're going to the first one.
Yeah, the first one is the one with the 2
Yeah, it has
phantoms.
yeah the jackals on the top. It had the beams.
Oh yeah, jackal snipers.
Yeah.
Also, did we
Alright,
explain
anyway,
why the mongoose, we were allowed to fly the mongoose?
I don't think. I mean,
So the
don't
way
think
the pelican, sorry, the mongoose works is when we call it in, it follows like an AI path. But if we save and quit, but we can enter it because the devs forgot to remove our ability to get in. So if we enter it and save and quit, we just delete the AI script and the game lets us fly it. Very interesting.
So if you enter into the Pelican without doing that, you just can't fly it at all, but you're still
Yeah.
inside of it.
We need to get.
So it'll follow the AI path back to
Yeah.
where it starts.
Gotcha.
But eventually
The
it will
issue
hit the
is
soft
it's
barrier
out
and
of
you'll die.
bounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
The good old return to battlefield. So this space, we got a phantom coming in that we're just gonna use our mighty tank gun and take down. And then up on that beacon there is 2 jackal snipers. And then there's these 2 little like grunts that carry just weapons like
I'm getting
little
damage over
pinkies.
time. Gonna wait for that to cease.
And then we got 2 more hunters. And then this entire section is just an auto scroller, so you'll see Kate just like dance around a little bit instead of trying to maximize
Double kill.
the kill feed. And then the last sniper, and then another Spartan core.
Interestingly enough, I picked up a Spartan core at the end of Pelican Down. For some reason, that one is bugged and it gives you 2. It's really convenient and lets us get tier 2 upgraded shields. So we have 30% more shields on top of the 15% Bonita gave us at the start of the game. Also, I was not paying attention, so there we go.
It's fine. So we kill the phantom that spawns in, and we're going to be clipping right back out of bounds.
Yes.
Because
Let's see.
Why
what
move? This one you have to do that kind of movement because there's like terrain geo on top of this one you have to navigate around.
Also, we're going to be using our RPG elements of fast travel to return to our mongoose because we park it at such specific locations that we don't have to move very far to get back in. And now we're just going to be taking it around the rest of this part of the map because it's not really an open world in this section.
Yeah, it looks really weird, like all of the geometry. When I assume you're not supposed to be moving through the game like this.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Not at this speed, but the roadblocks block.
Yeah.
Another part
They were a
Or
very
it's-
interesting artistic decision that I don't understand, and many of us don't.
Asking depending on the day is how I feel. Oh my good.
Monka S, we're fine.
It may have just been easier to make it this way. It could be something simple as that.
The interesting thing is that in the first teasers that they released for the game, they weren't present. So they were a later decision. Anyway, this tower is really boring because we're just going to stand where the enemies can't hit us and rain death with our tank gun.
So is the grappling hook an elevator?
That's a very interesting question because it
Yeah,
does elevate you.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't have a floor.
But we've previously established that grav lifts are elevators, so... Well, here's the thing. Is a lift an elevator? Are they synonyms or are they the same thing?
Is a rope an elevator?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
You're rock climbing, you're using a rope.
You are
supposed to
The
take it-
rocks aren't an elevator.
I mean, Chat, can someone Google the Oxford definition of
What
an
is the
elevator?
Merriam-Webster definition of an elevator?
But yeah, this is a very boring base defense that... I mean, I guess this is the truest definition of a base defense. We're sitting on top of a giant pillar
you're
and killing
defending a base.
the fodder. You're very free for that. I'm just letting you know. And so once again, we're going to be clipping out of bounds and then clipping back inbounds to press this button. And then we're going to fast travel back to the exact same spot that we're technically at.
Chat
Come on,
member
Goose.
raises an interesting point. Is a plane an elevator?
Okay, we have a definition here. A platform or compartment housed in a shaft for raising and lowering people or things to different levels. That is a very specific and rigid definition of an elevator. I'm not going to accept that one.
No, here's the thing.
Listen up.
The grapple hook is actually housed as a housing
We should check it out.
before it
There is a
extends.
compartment. There is a compartment. And is
That's
there...
what you get. That's what you get.
That was interesting. Sorry, my reaction there was... that was a rather explosive reaction. I'm very sorry. Welcome to Halo Infinite Legendary.
At any point, you can and will die. So this is another one where there's 2 brutes, 2 grunts, 2 jackals, and 2 elites, and the 2 elites are piloting that wraith, and for some reason they just decide to get out
And
for reasons.
Yeah.
And we clip back in.
So I believe we have a break scheduled. The end of the level is going to be in about
3 minutes? 4 minutes?
2 minutes, I'd say.
Are you two okay?
Okay. Yep.
What happened in there?
So about 40 minutes
scanned me.
in. Not 40 minutes from now.
Probably.
Yeah, like 40 minutes. So like,
But the breaks are gonna be 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
We gotta cool off these raging hormones
oh yeah.
from all this intense grappling.
Yeah, 40 minutes. That's plenty of time to go to Burger King, right?
We gotta get an elevator to catch. So.
Listen, I'll admit. All right.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to
I need you to explain this trick because I still don't fully understand.
So for some reason, when we're in the Pelican, if we align the Pelican in such a way that it is all straight on a cardinal direction and switch seats, it will just eject us at terminal velocity. So we can just use that to get to this tower because terminal velocity is actually slightly faster than, oh, there's a sniper there, than Pelican drifting. Also, if we brought the Pelican here, we would just have to dump it, and it would just kind of be in the middle of the combat clear. I think it's... Sorry, I keep calling it a Pelican. It's a mongoose.
Do you even play this game?
Clearly not. Oh, that's a grenade. Let's get away from that.
I would have laughed really hard if it's one of them and they died from it.
They're still on top of us.
So we're actually going to clip into this one here, by the way, because for some reason, there's just a 50-50 chance that the
Not that I thought
clip back and bounce doesn't work.
it's nothing.
Also, this is...
What I'm hearing is bad gambling.
Yes. So this is the end of the level now. I'm going to just... We're supposed to kill some enemies before we jump in here, but if you haven't been paying attention, we're going to skip that.
Yeah, just like on the drill pre-conservatory, that one's very short flying mission. We're just gonna clip into the end of the
Monk ass.
the end of the level. And for some reason, they just made all end triggers just always there, and that's the end of sequence, and probably right on time for our mandatory break.
All right, so we are going to take a short little break for the midsection of this run that we have going on. So we're going to go take about 5 or 6 minutes. This is a good time to go take a stretch, get some food, but make sure you stay right there because we're going to be back with more of this amazing run by Caitlin. And but before we go, I just want to give a shout out to AGDQ 2026. I want to say Awesome Games Done Quick 2026 is going to be live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 4th to the 10th. If you would like to help out by volunteering for the event, submit your application by October 5th. If you would like to attend, registration is also open, so be sure to register if you want to experience the event in person. You can upgrade to a foil badge by November 1st as well. So visit gdq.gg for more info. But other than that, we're going to go and take our break. So stay right there. We'll be right back, okay? All right. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good break. We are back and we're refreshed and ready to see the rest of this Halo Infinite All Missions Legendary Speedrun by Caitlin. Caitlin, you want to go ahead and take it away for us and continue?
Sweet. So now we're on Nexus.
I guess.
This is a very, very movement-focused level. Do you like the movement in this game? The individual level speedrun of this is probably going to be like your favorite. It's very difficult on Legendary, but the best strat is literally just to YOLO your way through and kill whatever is necessary. Like these two elites over here are going to grab snipers. They need to die. Oh, we made it through. We're good.
Wait, we're not going to hear the best joke in the entire thing.
We actually did. You just didn't catch it because you don't have audio.
No. The Banish. I wonder what they're doing here.
So there's a couple suicide grunts in here, but the best way to deal with them is literally just to go over the top of them.
Pray.
Yes. That is the most consistent way to deal with them, by the way, because if you stop to kill them, they
grenades
will
will
just
chain.
go. Yeah, the grenades will chain, and that's it. There's some more in here, but again, the best way to deal with them is just to do that.
And pray.
Yes. Oh, we're through. We're good.
And that's why they call it Halo. So we're going to be coming up on one of the best and worst foil clips in this game. Doing it precisely enough that we'll get through this door. There is also a chance that we can just get shut or slammed straight down. And then we're going to be taking another coil and we're going to be dropping down this gigantic non-elevator.
It's
was
just
about
a
to say.
shaft. It's just a shaft. It's not an
Only-
elevator.
It's half of an elevator.
Kind of.
So this coil launch is actually fairly new. So I ran this game at ESA Summer, and about 19 hours before my run, legendary runner Bynails just dropped a new world record for this level with this new coil launch here. So I'm gonna give it a couple tries. I'm gonna try and get a better one than that actually.
It saves enough time that it's still worth, even if she fails it a handful amount of times. But the more times she screws up, the worse it actually looks, as runners do.
I'm just gonna take that one.
But yeah,
We could get a launch that zips us right to the end. The problem is the coil is kind of slipping away from our feet. In Bynails' original individual level record, he used the drop ball equipment to prop it up so that he could get a proper launch with it, whereas in full game, we kind of just have to YOLO it. One of my former PBs, I had a crash on Pelican Down, and was like, you know what? I'll YOLO this launch and see what happens. I YOLO'd it, and I got a gold, and I world recorded even while losing a minute to a game crash. It saves that much time.
Yeah, if it sends you all the way to the end of this, I can see how it would be very quick.
Yeah. So it said it sent us here, because what we're supposed to be to be on an elevator, right? We're supposed to be on a gondola right now, actually. But we
an
can
elevator.
Yeah. But this hallway we're in, this out of this inbounds out of bounds area is the hallway to the side of it, where
I said it wasn't going to be simple.
because there's actually an observatory where you can see that hallway.
Lift's been
So that's where we just go out of bounds into there. It's technically as I say, it's like an inbounds out of bounds kind of area. Also, there is to activate the grav lift into the next area, we need to put 3 power seeds in. So I clipped it at the first one because we're supposed to wait for some dialogue before. We're supposed to wait for some dialogue before we put it in.
Yeah, this is the 2 betrayals level of Halo Infinite. Now the Sentinels are mad at us. Yeah, it's a bunch of repeating, just going from one hallway to the next, grabbing these seeds, finding the Sentinels, and then I guess really just rinse and repeat. Just go from hallway 1, grab seed, hallway 2, grab seed, hallway 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3 are basically identical. All that's different is the Sentinels that are in them. So the first one there was Sentinels with shock rifles, which is the sniper that one-shot me on sequence. So obviously I'm going to kill those guys because that weapon is very dangerous. Because giving enemies weapons that can one-shot you is very, very balanced, even on the highest difficulties. Because why make your challenge fair when you can just one-shot the player?
Real. And now we're going to be saving and quitting because just like on Outpost Harmonious and Fob Golf, this is just a dialogue skip, and it saves enough time that it's worth doing, even though it looks like we'll get put further back into the hallway. But by getting put back into this hallway, we get our trusty coil. And just like in before Command Spire, or before the Spire, we get to do this full coil launch straight up.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
that, not only did we hit the trigger, we had so much speed that we shot past it, and now we're in yet another gravel lift.
It looks like, yeah, it's an elevator.
Yeah, this one's like there is no debate here. This is an elevator.
Listen, if I step into a box, I press a button, the doors close, the doors open, I'm on a different level. That doesn't make any sense. Elevators are broken.
I have no idea what you just said, but you're my friend and I support you.
The reformation has begun.
So this level, once again, we're gonna go out of bounds like immediately. Also, I brought a coil with me. This is a friendly coil. We're gonna give him a name. We're gonna call him Colin. Colin's coming with us in this level. We're just gonna go out of bounds again. This level is like the one instance where we up clip. So we're gonna be like using our head to clip instead of like our feet or our legs to try and like get up in the level. This out of bounds like is actually the hardest one. That clip there has like a 60-40 chance to just shoot you in bounds, and we don't want to go in bounds. We want to like stay out of bounds. Like this is out of bounds as opposed to inbounds out of bounds or out of bounds.
Yeah, this is probably the most out of bounds level that we actually get that isn't a 30-second mission.
Yeah.
So go through one of our teleporters, not an elevator. We're going to set on top of here, and we're going to set up our trusty Colin, and we're going to...
Oh, Colin exploded. It's fine. Rest in peace, Colin.
I'm glad. Can't say these jokes. Not on stream. So Colin helped us get on top of this on the roof.
Oh, this is... Oh, okay. Never mind. We're dead.
Is that 3?
That is 3.
Hey, you're making great progress. Better than UKSG anyway.
Yeah, I died 9 times at UKSG.
And for some reason, ground pounding behind a teleporter sends us
So did I.
at full speed through.
Yeah, we call that's called a tele-yeet.
Because something is being built.
I don't think anyone calls it that.
Waifu does.
Anyway, 343 Guilty Spark came back, and we're gonna shoot him in the face a few dozen more times with the tank gun. Hopefully that's the last we see of him.
Yeah, no, we're never gonna see him again. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's him dealt with again.
I'm also just gonna get rid of the nades I don't need. Oh, another elevator, by the way.
This is
How many?
definitely an elevator.
Yes.
This is
So, how many elevators are we up to now?
It depends on your definition, really.
We have to rewatch the VOD, I think.
You know what? We can actually just restart the run. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're ahead of schedule.
We kind of got lost in defining what an elevator was. Now we have no idea.
Yeah, it's fine, I'm sure.
Are the elevators the friends we made along the way?
Is Colin an elevator?
All right.
Is Colin in the room
he
with us
did.
right now?
Did elevate us.
He did.
So now we're at another base defense type situation, but instead we're playing defense now because after this section, we're gonna have 3 enemy phantoms show up, and that's no good. Luckily, they kind of just blow up because we have a pocket scorpion tank. So that's 2. We're gonna save these 2 rockets to pre-fire and then just snipe them down. And that's the end of Command Spire.
That lineup is
Where's
one of my
Fire
very
2?
few contributions to the speedrun. And no one does it, and it makes me sad.
No one else plays this game, by the way.
I'm one of 2 active runners at the moment. And it's kind of sad. More people need to run this game. Join the Halo Runs Discord and play this game, by the way.
This is the Discord now? I thought it was just a website.
Yeah, like... hang on, we'll do the HaloRuns.com bit after I'm not being shot at.
Alright. Alright.
There we
So
go.
we're just gonna be parkouring over these gaps by combining the slides that we get from the grappling hook with thruster pack, and we just have so much speed that we can actually just clear those gaps fairly easily.
Give us what we need.
Repository here is another great just movement level. where it's all movement 85% of the time. And hardly anyone ever dies here, and if you die here, it's probably just a catastrophe. And so we're gonna go back out of bounds yet again, and we're gonna be parkouring underneath the level until we get past this closed door. And instead of going the long way, we're going to somehow combine a sword swing with a thruster, and that skips like the freeze barrier.
Have we even discussed what a freeze barrier is?
I don't think so.
So
I don't think we hit one so far.
So the level in Halo Infinite are in we're gonna die here. Never mind, I'm goated. Okay. Hang on. I should not be alive. He stuck me with
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you shouldn't have said that. Hey,
Yeah.
there's a freeze barrier there, by the way.
Yeah. That's quite a costly death.
Yeah, it's probably about 45 minutes. Anyway. So the freeze barrier is just if Chief's geometry hits one of these few barriers, just completely kills your momentum, your character, and all your abilities. So as we're climbing up into the Nexus, or no, the repository, next to the last level,
2 levels ago.
we're going.
These are going by very fast.
They are going by pretty fast. I don't play this game. We're going to be climbing up to the seed room that leads us outside, and the secret final boss taunts us with our captured pilot friend.
Oh yeah, because that's what's happened in the story. Our pilot friend has been captured, the one that we haven't actually seen yet because we've been skipping the cutscenes. I'm sorry about that, by the way.
We've not only skipped our friend getting captured, we've also kind of skipped the final boss showing herself.
Yeah, the final boss is just going to kind of appear in the speedrun.
It's not important. She's not even important to the story anyway.
This is fine. Don't worry about it. This is okay.
So you want to talk about it?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, we won't talk about it. So while Kate struggles with killing this one singular guy, these 3 sentinels are going to spawn after his death, and we're going to get a power seed. Now, normally, once you get this power seed, you're going to... we're going to be placing it into one of the storage area thing. It powers a lift, not an elevator. But instead we're going to be throwing it away and then clipping back out of bounds and doing the exact same thing in the other room. But this time there is a guy with a hammer instead of the missile pod. And somehow you didn't kill that first guy.
I'm actually shocked I didn't. My grandpa didn't come out there. Interesting.
So we have seed number 2, we have teleporter number 2, and we're going to be just gliding our way to the end of this mission, which is coming up very soon. And then after this small clear,
This is
that
fine.
no one ever dies in, by the way.
Where's that jackal, by the way? He needs to die, like, ASAP. This room has a special property in it, by the way. I had to go really fast there. Because we entered this room the wrong way, the game kind of loses track of where we are. And if those enemies don't die quickly enough, we'll just get teleported to a random location on the map, which is slow.
Wait.
Hey, would this be a good time to run an announcement?
Threatened?
Absolutely, go for it.
Hey, so if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord and Twitch chat for an invite and more info. Also, you can catch up on past hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. And back to you, Kate.
Sweet. So now we've actually caught up to the any percent rate of the game, and we're on the road. Fun fact, we can just get out of bounds and just thruster our way into the level load zone. It saves us doing a little bit of walking. So the road is an interesting level. There's many different ways to go through it. We're
All
going
of
to take
them
a
are
chopper.
a little more cringe than the last.
Yes. We're going to take a chopper, though. We're going to go we're going the wrong way. Don't worry about that. We're gonna set up here and try and get a checkpoint.
Do you want me to describe what's about to happen?
Sure.
So, for some reason, Number Company, once we get our checkpoint, we're going to throw a shock nade, which normally paralyzes or stuns enemies. But if we boost into it with the chopper there, the boost never goes away. So we're going to use that to gain terminal velocity, and we're going to just use that to get to this House of Reckoning. It's, a little ominous, but it definitely resembles a house that is definitely reckoning. And this is where our pilot friend is currently being held.
Yeah. Funnily enough, they can't do that on Legendary because they don't have the thruster to redirect. When I was grinding 90% a few months back, I tried to force that strat, and let me tell you, it ain't all that on when you can't redirect your speed.
It is no accident that the banished
Hang
were
on.
able to win so decisively.
The Warthog there is completely unnecessary. We just don't drive one in the speedrun, and it makes me sad.
Know that each item you find
So, Ruby, would you like to explain what is going on in this level?
and a testament.
This is another wave defense game. Like on Package in Halo Reach, we have waves come in, and we have to just beat them all, and then we'll go on to the next wave, which has an elevator. But except we're clipping out of balance because for some reason the trigger to end this section is already loaded in, or it will spawn in the second we get there. So we climb this elevator shaft, and Kate waits for a precise lapse in the alarms to hopefully hit dialogue skip. Now, dialogue skip, I'm famous for it. Of course you did.
It's free.
We should keep moving.
Yeah, it's free. It saves a grand total of. Let me pull up my fingers real quick so I can count. 5 seconds.
10.
I only counted the one hand so far. I didn't get around to the second. Anyway, it saves 10 seconds. However, Kate is also famous for soft locking her game by doing that. Anyway, we skipped the dialogue for the second wave, and we did the exact same thing by hitting the trigger to the end. And now we are at our 4th, 5th boss fight.
Yeah, and where did he go?
Jaga here.
What is going on? Oh, he's dead. It's fine.
Jaga there taunted Chief with a little hologram projector of our pilot friend's wife and kid, who he has not seen in probably 10, 15 years. Because opening cutscene, you see his face get more haggard and hairy because of lack of shaving and stuff. So now we're going on to our 6th boss fight of the run.
Second last. Well, we're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him, but we're gonna do it kind of unconventionally.
So that's our pilot friend. He's being trapped and held prisoner. Eshram here is the leader of the banished, and he's using our pilot as a shield. So any damage that we inflict on him returns to the pilot. But so instead of saving the pilot the traditional way, we're just going to clip back out of bounds, save and quit, which we clip out of bounds to deload Eshram. We save and quit to skip the dialogue.
So what happens? The game when the boss deloads and we save and quit, the game kind of desyncs. So we're on the House of Reckoning, but because we've killed the boss and we've saved, the game then just thinks we're on the last level. So if we restart mission,
Yeah, now we're just
on the last mission for some reason. So we just left our pilot friend there. It's fine though. He'll be fine.
He's warm. He's warm and it's wintertime. So Kate just 30%ed the save there. So now we're on top of a bunch of rooms that we're supposed to be fighting through. And just like in most of the doors, we're just going to be clipping back inbound.
Another little coil pinch here as well. That I soft locked on.
I was about to say this is the scariest pinch in the entire game because stuff like that can happen.
It's not common though, but it can happen.
It's not common, but it happens enough that I'm always afraid of doing this.
The alternative is to fight two red hunters, which are just normal hunters, but red, and they have more health. So, and on legendary, that's really scary. So your only choice really is just to do that pinch. So these are the two hardest back-to-back rooms in the game, by the way. And I did not get a slide, which means that I'm probably dead here.
Zero momentum. But just like every other time that Kate says she's probably dead, we'll make it through, no problem. So that the second she turned that corner, she hit a saving progress. And for some reason, the saving progress lets you, so once you save and quit and you resume, you'll get put back where the last saving progress is instead of last checkpoint. She doesn't get a checkpoint in this room because the enemies are so aggroed in here. But because she saved and quit, her default checkpoint is that saving progress. So now she can just, do this with zero worry. And it's hell room number 3 that she just ran through.
Yeah,
totally unscathed, by the way.
That is the hardest room in the game. I know I didn't even lose shields there, but trust me, that is the hardest room in the entire game.
I just realized I didn't even get to do my bit about dying in like the hardest room, but saying it's like impossible to die in.
Just do it now. No noise. Because this room's pretty hard in here.
So clipping back inbounds, and now we are we're heading into the thankfully final elevator of the game that we also skip. Hallelujah. So we're gonna be picking up this coil here, and we're gonna be clipping back out of bounds. This is Collins's twin brother,
Curtis.
Tanner.
Or Tanner. Sorry, Curtis is the younger brother. I was getting them mixed up. They all look like their father.
I hate triplets.
Yeah, me too.
So Tanner here is gonna have a special role in carrying us up this elevator shaft, because this is his goal, his burden to bear, his Herculean. That's the word.
Yeah. I'm gonna revert.
No,
I'm gonna revert that one. That is that was a really bad launch I got there. I'm actually really sad I didn't get I'm really sad. I'm really annoyed I didn't get a checkpoint there. I've actually never built that launch.
Tanner's gonna climb us all the way up to the top here, and nothing bad ever happens to Tanner.
It's fine. His mother will miss him.
Whoa! A little toxic. Anyway, we hit a new saving progress barrier after clipping through the floor here, and by doing so, we flip. Once we resume, we'll be behind that door that was locked, and we're going into the final wave fight of the game, including the final boss that we finally get to see. And wait, am I allowed to do the Watcher joke?
I don't know what you're talking about, so no.
Silent Auditorium, the Watcher. What did 343 mean by this?
Connection between here and somewhere else.
I don't know what you mean by this. I'm genuinely lost.
I'm gonna say no. Join Halo Run. Someone will say the joke for me.
I've intercepted the
We'll do our HaloRuns.com bit after this fight.
Stand in the way of this.
That's not a grappling hook.
Perhaps I
Correct. It's not an elevator either.
Of monkeys and
so-
elevators.
She switched
That is the worst of Mice and Men parody I've ever heard. Anyway, this is a wave fight. There is 9 doors in 3 waves, so 3 doors each wave. They all get progressively harder and more spread out. And for some reason, the
I beg your pardon?
enemies like to spread out even more depending on how long the waves have been going. So this is the final boss, the Harbinger. It was one of the silo seed index things that we saw during Outpost Harmonious that neither me nor Kate decided to bring up.
You are a child. Fighting.
Not important to the story.
again. It's
We'll forget about it by the
People play
time-
Halo for the story.
no idea, but
We'll forget about it by the time the next Halo game comes out, which is Halo CE Remastered V2. But yeah, so this is the. This is
By the way,
this is
get ready
final-
on time. Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that. Why is this elite?
I was having a
What do you
little
mean?
too much fun.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh, it died.
This injustice cannot.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Clip out of bounds.
Come on. Time.
Time.
Nice.
Yeah, that was Halo Infinite All Missions Legendary.
I am sorry.
Awesome. That was amazing. I was
Yeah.
like worried maybe because I haven't got to play this game yet. I was worried maybe there would be like some spoilers, but honestly, I don't feel like I got spoiled like at all by watching that.
Yours too.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you I'm gonna save. I'm gonna skip this cutscene right now, so that we don't. Can I have the final time? By the way, do we have the final time?
It was 107.14 is what the final time was on
Oh, that's
TA.
that is faster than what I got at UKSG. I'm happy.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of time from the break. Like maybe you started like before the timer started, but that's pretty
Are you
close.
kidding
Yeah,
me?
pretty close to what it is.
Sweet. Our IGT, that was a 102.57, which is a 3rd place time. So I'm kind of happy. I'm
Nice.
very happy with that.
Impressive.
I'm very happy with that.
This game
for
is
reference,
very
world record is
broken.
59.16.
59.16. Okay.
Just a solid 18-minute time save over estimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, you can just kind of clip out events anywhere in the world.
So
Yeah.
I think we had a bit of a 80% showcase that you wanted to show off for us, Kate, because we have some extra time before our next run.
Sweet. Let me switch to easy just because that's going to make things a little bit easier.
Yeah. Oh
So-
yeah, naturally.
I'm going to be showing you the any percent route because we've got a little bit of time. So I'll show what they would do to any percent to get to the point that I did. Where is my save manager? So we're going to load in our save for... Where is it?
Yeah, we did have any percent on like about a month or two ago, but it was on Legendary, so I haven't actually seen I haven't seen this game be played on easy at all.
Easy, to be fair, the only difference between Halo Infinite on easy and legendary is just you can get killed by enemies.
Yeah.
Unironically, that is just it. Also, that was the wrong save I loaded. That is also the wrong save I just loaded. I'm doing very well here. That one, that's
We're
the
all
save I
very
want.
proud of you.
Thank you. So, yeah, literally there are no differences between, do I have, yeah, we're good. So I'm going to upgrade twice. So after Outpost Harmonious, it's kind of where the game splits off. This was where I did, the big clear down bottom shelf here.
Oh, should we
so-
start timer now?
Go for it, yeah, start timing.
Yeah.
So what any percent does is they go up to the left here. So we're gonna climb this rock wall here. Come over here because we're gonna try and get a ghost. Because all any percent needs to complete the game, or 6 Spartan cores and a ghost. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way over. We're gonna
like
hopefully...
bad game design.
This is slightly bad. Don't worry about it. Did we get a ghost? Did we get a ghost? I can't see it. We did get a ghost. 3.
Yes.
So I'm gonna grab the Spartan core over here. Because we're on easy, nothing can hurt us. So we're gonna be doing a trick called lunge warping. Lunge warping is a coordinate corruption wrong warp type of trick, where for some reason this has been present in the game since Halo 4, by the way, but it's only really had use. But I don't want to talk about it.
I won't say anything.
It only really has use in Halos 4 and 5.
5 mostly, not 4.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of line our goal. I'm not gonna pick up the other cores, by the way, because I'm not doing like a full run of this. We wanna keep all the. This is why this trick sucks, by the way, because enemies can just grenade your ghost, and yeah. So if we line our ghost up just right, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna try and get a checkpoint. So, because if this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to realign the ghost. Can you go away, please? I'm not gonna get a checkpoint, am I?
He's a little. He's got heart, but he's a little clueless.
Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this jackal here. We're gonna like knock him towards our ghost. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that lineup actually. Let me look at this again. I don't like this. Now that I'm looking at it. That looks about right. What we're gonna do is we're going to melee him into the ghost. One more. And
just like that.
Another reason why this trick kind of sucks. There's more jackals outside. There's another lineup out here actually we're gonna use. Did I kill the jackals out here? Oh, the jackals out here have wandered away. Let's revert checkpoint. This is going very well.
It's okay. Using enemies for skips is always really fun.
Yeah, no, it never goes well.
I mean, having to rely on a completely RNG aspect of a run to do a trick is never a good thing.
I have an idea.
I can imagine that
cheat.
Maybe
my game crashed.
This I can imagine this category isn't as popular.
This category died.
The game.
6 months after the game died. The game speedrun died after 6 months because of this trick.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
for some reason we decided, hey, the shorter time is the better speedrun. So we put all the eggs in the basket of, hey, we're going to get any percent as low as possible. Oh wait, lunge warping is really cringe. We're gonna stop doing that. And then the game died for like probably close to a year until I think it was like me and Dice decided just, hey, we should do all missions.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Especially with like the structure of this game just being like so different.
What do we do?
Okay, so in the interest of not wasting everyone's time, I'm just gonna cheat.
That's cool. That's cool.
Thanks, Billy.
You're already doing glitches. Why you might as well cheat.
I mean, are glitches cheats?
Here's a better question. Where's Ghost?
I'm just gonna give myself one. Hang on a minute. My tool isn't loading. Where is there is? So we're just gonna kill all the enemies. Vehicle.
Practice tools to save the day.
Oh yes. Failed to spawn vehicle. Why? Failed to spawn vehicle. Okay, we're gonna use this mongoose instead then.
Okay.
This is going very well. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
And what we're gonna do is we're kind of just gonna the lineup. What was the mongoose lineup? Again, this kind of changes things a little bit.
You can use other vehicles for this.
Yeah, it's the vehicle doesn't really matter. It's just like so long. It's the lineup that like ghosts are much easier to line up.
Yeah.
So this is Jeremy. Jeremy's gonna help us get to another location on the map. There we go. So if I melee him, I missed. Sorry, doing this with a mongoose is really, really difficult. Oh, sorry.
way
Yeah,
that
the
this
chat member has
works-
corrected me. It's actually, this is actually a pelican. Thank you for the correction, chat member. So, sorry, Ruby, would you like to explain how this works while I
While you
struggle?
repeatedly run into a wall.
Sure.
So for some reason, while meleeing and entering a vehicle, or like meleeing an enemy and entering a vehicle, it displaces your hitbox enough that it like rotates around the 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 axis on the world map, and we try and manipulate it in such a way that the hitbox that Chief is currently at is in a different load zone to further progress the game. So we'll lunge warp, what is it, 3 times?
It's twice. 3 times on easy, twice on legendary. Because the third one is optional.
Oh, yeah.
Is that that looks like it. Question from the chat: how am I spawning the enemies in? I'm using my practice tools to do that.
Dylan J. Fox says, Kate, you're making me want to play Halo.
You should, Dylan J. Fox. Oh, there we go. I hit it.
Really
So
bright.
I've lunge warped to this area called the Horn of Abolition.
Many of
So what we're gonna do is once we've hit this,
Hold on, before you save and quit, can you show how far you've actually traveled?
sure.
they track murder.
So we've started here at the Ransom Keep, and we've gone all the way up here to the Horn of Abolition. Then we're gonna save and quit. And now we're gonna do the second lunge warp into I'm actually gonna turn off
The
advanced mode
road.
because we don't need to be. I shouldn't need to cheat.
You shouldn't. However,
However,
as our Lord and Savior, Mr. Monopoly once
Blasting a
said,
ton of signals.
if you're not cheating,
Many
you're not
of them
trying to
are
record
encrypted
it.
UNSC transmissions and
I know.
triangulation data.
Or something along those lines. I forget what he said. He said so many interesting things among these years.
so here's the Spartan core that we grab on the way.
They're not letting this facility go without a
Because that's actually the last core we grab on the 80% route.
get the lockdown lifted.
So there we go. We're gonna grab another ghost here. There we go. Question from the chat: which gun types won't let you lunge warp? I have no idea. I don't play this game. I don't play this category. Sorry.
For the way Kate's played, all of them won't.
I only need to worry about the one that lets me warp. So this lineup's a bit more finicky, I believe. Thank you, grenade. Is that another grenade? Who's throwing these nades at me? There we go. So we're gonna line that one up. We're gonna use this jackal here. I don't have a checkpoint for this one, by the way, so I kind of hope this works. I don't think you can actually get a checkpoint for this lunge warp. Okay. So something interesting to note is if you move the enemy too far away from its origin, I think that's it. Think so?
Close. It didn't pop up.
Give it a sec. No, it didn't pop up. I missed. That's fine. This one's really, really difficult. Oh, I did get a checkpoint. Wow, okay. I'm happy with that. Please give me... Hang on, this is fine. He just got off again. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Hang on, I have an idea. So when I hit this, we'll just time because it's literally the exact same as the all missions run once we get into the road.
Yeah.
So well, there we go. Because I don't want to take up too much time with this. Because it is interesting though. This is a very interesting trick.
It is.
There is actually. Do you know what? I might try the warp on the road. I've never hit it, but I will like try and show off like.
Yeah. We still have a little bit of time.
That one was less distance.
I want to say, like,
Hope you're safe from the road.
Distro did these, live during a run like a few months back. If y'all want to go back and watch that on YouTube, it was really a sweet run.
Yeah, Distro is my any percent goat. He desperately wanted me to get record in any percent, but I just couldn't take it from him. I didn't have the heart.
Oh. Take your estrogen shot.
Did you forget your meds?
Yeah.
God, Ruby.
I could have been in bed for
So should I, but we won't talk about that. Okay, so you understand the
yeah.
Oh boy, I hit the lunge warp. Wow.
Very, very impressive.
I hit the lunge warp. Look, we're loading into the level, the road. I said I wasn't going to cheat for this one, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it seems like very precise.
That one is awful.
Is it just like
Also-
the lineup of the vehicle that really determines whether you get it?
Yeah, it's the pitch, the yaw, the lift, and the X and Y that man the relative position to 0, 0, 0, 0. Also, we wouldn't usually have this sword, but we're cheating. So I'll try and hit the road warp. This is the most difficult. This is the most difficult one. I've actually never ever hit this, not even in practice, but I will try it like twice. But yeah, you can kind of see why this category just kind of died.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this looks like pain to just try. Like, over.
Yeah, it is.
How long does it like take to where you get to that first one?
It's like 13 minutes, I'd say.
That's a little painful. Yeah.
So that's essentially, I missed, but that's like essentially the lunge warp for this one. Like
This
usually
one would
what
take
really
you
close.
into that red building.
yeah, it would take you into the House of Reckoning. So there's actually there's two different versions. There's like a mini warp where you actually hit the save outside, and then there's the actual warp where you hit the trigger volume for it. But we'll just go ahead and call that time there.
Okay. Yeah, we can end it there. Thank you so much for
Great.
showing off that little bit of extra content for us, Kate.
Of course, of course.
And that the run before that was like awesome. This is a pretty busted game, but I kind of like that, honestly. As I am definitely the kind of speedrunner that likes the busted stuff. So it's cool to see this. Like you were basically just running past stuff the whole time, which is like awesome.
Yeah, like the movement in this game is like what sold me on it to begin with.
The grappling hooks stuff is really cool.
Oh,
And
it
just
is.
like all the out of bounds is so great.
It really is. Really quick, I'd like to shout out HaloRuns.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your Halo speedrunning needs. If you want to learn how to speedrun any Halo game, please come to our website, join our Discord. There are literally hundreds of people waiting to teach you how to play their games.
Yep. Shout out Halo Runs.
Yeah, HaloRuns.com, one of the best online community I have ever been a part of. And it's where I call home. So yeah, that's all for me, really. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show for the second time, Caitlin. First time as a commentator, now as a runner, and thank you for being here as well, Ruby. That was really fun. I appreciate y'all being here. But we are gonna call it there for our Halo Infinite portion of the show. Make sure you stick around though, because after this, we're gonna have another run by Nico with the C. It's going to be a fairly recent release of a much different game, but it should still be pretty tough. It'll definitely fit the theme of Game Over. It's going to be Nico with the C running Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, any percent, right after this break. So stick around for more speedrunning. All right. Hello, welcome back, everyone. From the break, we have our second run lined up, ready to go here. This is going to be a speed run, an any percent speed run of this very recently released game, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, which I actually haven't had a chance to play myself. I know it's supposed to be like a Souls-like. I've heard a lot of discussion about it being pretty difficult. A lot of discourse, especially in the circles that I follow, because I usually follow a lot of Souls players. I've heard some back and forth about it being pretty tough. So I'm excited to see it being, of course, speedrun and a very quick fashion. Nico's hopefully going to make it look pretty easy, despite it being a tough game. But I haven't played it at all, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but I'm interested to see what it's going to be like. Nico, do you want to go ahead and take it away from me and kind of explain what you're going to be doing today?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, first of all, Regal. I also have Lion with me. Lion, if you want to say hi.
Hello.
A very, very dear friend, and not a Wuchang runner, but has seen a lot while he's studying. He usually lurks and has picked up a lot of strats and stuff like that. But yeah, Wuchang Fallen Feathers came out not long ago. It's a Souls-like, Chinese Souls-like. They're apparently doing really well with both Wuchang and this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a very interesting game. It's very based in the earlier Dark Souls games. You'll see like a lot of the maps, or not maps, a lot of the levels and stuff like that, level designs
Right.
are very,
That's
very
what I've
taken from
heard.
that. Yeah, which
That's
is
what
really,
I've
really
heard.
cool.
A lot of people have recommended this to me because of the map and the world design. That intrigued me, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Yeah, the damage in the game is very interesting. You won't feel like you're doing a lot of damage. In the speedrun, we're going to be doing a lot of damage, but that's because of a lot of different factors. But yeah, casually, you will not do any of this that we're doing.
Okay.
But yeah, I am ready to get started if you are.
Sure. Yeah, just, count us in. We're ready to go.
Sounds good. So yeah, we're obviously going to be starting a new game, and we are going to be running 80%. So we are going to be using glitches. We are going to be doing skips and stuff like that, and I'll try to kind of touch on them as we go. The story of Wuchang is very, very weird and interesting. But yeah, let's start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. And yeah, so Wuchang Fallen Feathers. The story is very, very weird. You're a Chinese pirate, basically, who doesn't know why they woke up where they did. In the beginning, we have absolutely no clue about anything. All we do know is that we're kind of looking for our sister or brother. We're not really sure right now. Also, you might notice that we have a little bit of feathers on our arms, fallen feathers. Very, very
I see.
in theme. Yes. What were you going to say?
I'm just wondering how they're going to even come into play in the game. Like, at all. I have no idea.
Well, very early on, you will figure out that you're actually
All right.
you've come down with something called the feathering, and the feathering is basically a disease plague type thing that morphs you into a bird-like creature. It's very mythological and stuff like that. Very difficult to explain unless you've actually played it, but basically, bird enemies bad. This here is chapter 1 skip. And yep, that is how you do that. You basically just walk on that box there. You break a couple of them, walk on the rest of them, and that just takes you out of chapter 1 instantly. We will be going back to chapter 1 later on because we do have to do some stuff. We're going to be loading in this area here just by going into that little cave or little crevice there. And then we're going to be doing another skip here, hopefully. Nope, we're going to die. Amazing. It's a little bit finicky, that one, so expect it to sometimes fail that. This is a very, very reset heavy point, unfortunately, in the run. We did get a shrine, so we'll be doing that skip again and getting out. Otherwise, I have a backup plan for that if that goes completely wrong again. But yeah, this skips, 4 bosses line, I think, by doing this skip?
Yeah. So you're skipping 4 bosses through chapter 1 by doing the skip. You're going to bypass Feathered Priest, Lightweaver, Cursed Rotten Greatwood, and the first fight of Commander Honglan. And then throughout the actual movement, all he's really doing with this skip is going to be running around, setting up a lot of his shrines, all of his necessary waypoints for the run, and picking up all the components that are going to be needed for his build. The movement that you're seeing right now is just standard dash canceling. By holding down your shift and timing your dashes, very nice.
He's not giving me
It is a lot harder. It is a lot harder to do than it just looks. But by holding down your shift and timing your dashes, you can essentially buff your dash inputs so that way there is no pause. Standard dashing in the game will put you in this freeze frame for about, what would you say, Nico, like half a second almost?
Yeah, I can show it right here. If you just do like a dash like this, you can't really move right after. So therefore, we do it like this
yeah.
instead.
So it saves pretty significant time through it.
Yeah. All right, let's just do the safe one.
I like that this chapter 1 skip is so easy though that you've just done it like multiple times already. But like, no problem
Yeah,
with
it's it might. It's actually really weird because it's actually FPS dependent.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
go like above 60 to 90 FPS, I'm just gonna do the. Oh, you know what? Here, we got this. I hate everything. Okay, never mind. There we go.
Yeah, let's
Nice.
go. Okay.
Easy.
It's basically because you have to hit like a certain part of that wall that like resets your fall position. That's what makes that skip a little bit finicky. We're going to be taking off some clothes here, and we're going to be putting on our ancient chisel, which is basically the equivalent of a dark sign, I think it's called, where you go back to the last shrine that you used or a bonfire, and you lose all your currency. The currency you can see in the top right corner. That's what we're going to be using to level up, but we have a little bit of special way to level up in this game, actually. So we'll get that when we get there. We're also going to be getting something here called the lantern fruit. This one is a crimson lantern fruit, and it allows us to use. It basically halves the stamina consumption. You can see that I'm losing a lot of stamina because I'm constantly dashing. Focus right here because we do need to not get hit by this guy and die. We're going to be going into this corner here. We're going to be doing a little bit of a quit out and going back in because the elevators in this game are, for some ungodly reason, incredibly slow. The devs have told us that it's because of loading in the area and stuff like that. That's what makes them slow. But
We
yeah,
already had a lot of elevator discourse.
I know. I saw,
Tonight's show.
and I was like, oh, they're going to love this run. Luckily, we only have 2 semi-long elevators. The rest of them are pretty fast. We do quit out here to make sure that we can get on top of the elevator and that this guy, most importantly, doesn't cause any trouble. You also saw me take off a little bit of clothes. I am on streamer mode, so I'm going to be still wearing the clothes, thankfully. But yeah, that's basically because we need to actually take a forced death later on in the game to the tutorial boss, which we've skipped completely right now. But we do need to go back to chapter 1 to get something very important lying if you want to touch on that.
All right, so when we backtrack to chapter 1, what he's going to be doing is essentially interacting with a main NPC that triggers a tutorial boss named By Crew. By Crew is a very long boss to beat for a tutorial boss. It is not something that is required. If you do beat it, you do actually get 5 level ups that you can do prior, but it is not something that most people will be able to. On a first casual playthrough, once you die the first time, the option to face him is taken off the table until much later in the game. But by... Spoiler. Spoiler. Well, if you're watching this, I hope you're okay with spoilers. But essentially, By Crew is going to provide us with...
He's basically going to allow us to get something called a maddening incense, which we can touch on the maddening mechanic in this game because that's like the main part of the game where if you die enough times, your maddening goes higher. When you reach, I think it's 90% maddening, you get bonus benefits, you do more damage, however, you take more damage as well. So it's kind of a risky line you have to tread constantly. On top of that, if you die at 90 to 100%, maddening, there's this demon of obsession that comes after you, which is basically like a clone of you that's trying to kill you. So like you have to do like an NPC fight to get back your souls, essentially. Is absolutely terrifying and awful in a casual playthrough because I've had multiple times in my casual playthrough I was like, I don't need to bank this money here, and then I definitely needed to bank that money there because that guy comes out and absolutely claps you. Right here, we're in chapter 2 now, something called Cloudspire. And we're actually going to be making our way to one of the shrines that we would get later on. We're going to be using it a little bit later to get back to a certain boss that we need to kill. Multiple reasons why we need to kill that boss. First of all, he's a progression boss. You can progress without killing him. However, we kill him so fast that we don't want to do the other route. The other route is like lighting braziers to a certain area over here that pulls down a bridge. So we just opt to kill him instead. And another reason we go this way is to get something called a benediction. Benedictions are basically power-ups for our weapons. You just like slot them into your weapon and they give you like specific advantages. This one I think is combo ignition, which basically makes me do more damage if I use fire on an enemy. And we're going to be using fire a lot because the first temperance that we get, temperance, a whole nother thing, Temperance is basically like if you play Lies of P, like the grindstone, which adds like a benefit to your weapon. The first temperance that we get is with fire. So we automatically get a weapon that scales really well with fire from the boss that we're going to be killing here later. So it just lines up absolutely perfectly for us to use that weapon. Another long elevator, by the way.
Yeah, this
We love our elevators.
You're right. This is a long one.
Yeah, these elevators early game are a little
This
bit
is where
annoying.
you balance your commentary around this elevator right here.
Exactly. So there's a bunch of interesting mechanics here, like landmines and these guys with the cannon. Remember, we haven't leveled up or anything, so we're still level 1. We are in deep trouble if we do get hit around here, but we do a little bit of a skip there. You're supposed to take the ladder there, but you can actually just
that was
slide
cool.
up that little ramp. I'm glad we got it first try, because otherwise it's problems, honestly, if you don't get it. So that's really nice. And then we're going to be taking a little bit of a detour here to actually get a pendant. Pendants are, what do you guys use in Elden Ring and Dark Souls for stats
Rings?
and stuff like that? Rings, yeah. It's basically the equivalent of rings.
Okay.
So this one here allows us to recover our stamina faster. And if you've noticed on the bottom left, the white bar is my stamina that I'm constantly managing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to recharge that faster, obviously. This pendant allows us to do that, and it's huge
It's a
for like the
chlorine
entire
theory.
run. Exactly. It's a chlorine.
Yes.
Good one.
Yes.
However, not quite, because I don't know, does the chlorine ring make you take more damage?
No.
Okay, this
No,
one
it
this one does.
I
This
see.
one-
So it's a bad chlorine theory. Okay.
It is indeed a bad chlorine ring. So yeah, regens your stamina faster, however you take more damage. So we just did a quit out there because we can't use the, like I talked about, the equivalent of Dark Sign if we're in combat. And that tree over there aggroed onto us, so unfortunate. But we're going to be going back to the shrine with the Jade Chisel here. And now I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of menuing here. In the background there, as we were loading in, I was able to open the menu and actually equip my stamina pendant, which is some nice time save that you can have. It's a little bit tricky when you're new to the run to know exactly what kind of inputs you have to do, but after a while you kind of get used to it. And we went back to the shrine. Now we need to go back to the other area that we're going to be getting to in Chapter 2, which is called Zenwu. And Zenwu, you're supposed to basically go to Cloudspire first and then go to Zenwu. On my casual playthrough, I accidentally went to Zenwu first. So that was really painful, and there was a lot of overpowered and overleveled bosses that I had trouble with. I persevered. I didn't pivot. I just want to make that known right now.
You have to
Everyone
be
out there.
stubborn. No, I will
Yeah,
not
exactly.
go somewhere easier. No.
I'm not going to take the easy way out. We are, however, going to not be doing a skip here because skip can kill me like 10 times in a row. It's a very, very precise skip that saves about 10 seconds, so I'm just not going to do that. We're going to be doing this route instead. And, oh, the flower thingy was closed. There's like a flower mage guy over there that shoots stuff at us. This guy is, for some reason, always AFK if you want to go up the ladder. Please don't make me look a fool and hit me now. Thank you.
So I'm wondering, like, does this game, like, if you quit out, does it de-aggro the enemies, like
Yes.
the Souls game would? Okay, cool.
It does. However, if they spot you as you're loading in, they will aggro on you immediately.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
when you are loading in, you actually don't have any control of your character. So you would just like stand there and get pummeled to death.
I
until you
see.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very, very fine balance to know when you have to quit out and when you don't want to.
Gotcha.
Here we have the Ladder Guardians. That's the first one. These are the second ones. If I run up here and smooch them, they should stay de-aggroed for whatever reason. They get really confused that like Wuchang runs up there and just says hi to them. It used to be a lot worse where we would just YOLO the ladder and hope that they wouldn't hit us. But that didn't work out super well for me for some reason. Until I think it was Hayes that actually found a lineup for it. In the early days of
Hayes
running this, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Early days of running this, me, Hayes, and this, and a Chinese runner called QAQ were labbing a lot of different stuff. So we've kind of like all been like trading strats and stuff like that. It's been a really, really fun time. Here we actually get a spell. I know the game has magic in it. Very, very exciting. This is the Lotus Soul Flame, and it is absolutely bonkers awful against anything else than really, really big enemies. So once we get to a big enemy, you guys will see the power of the spell. if you use it on anything other than a big enemy, it's just really, really bad. The reason why it's so good is because it shoots out a ton of projectiles from the top of the spell's location, from the animation. So if you get under a really big enemy, all the projectiles are basically hitting that enemy.
Yeah.
So I think 7RayD actually has a really, really funny clip where he shout-outs to him, actually. He was the one who figured it out. He didn't even run this game. He just joined the Discord, sent us that clip of him nuking one of the bosses with that spell casually, and we were like, okay, let's try to figure out if we can use this. That was really, really dope. As you can see, there's a lot of running here in the early game and not a lot of fighting. We will be doing a lot of fighting later on, I promise. This is very Elden Ring inspired in the terms of, well, basically because we can skip chapter 1 and get to this place, we can basically front load all of our traveling, and then after that, we just fight everything.
Well, honestly, I think like just like on foot movement is a little more interesting than like riding around on a horse, personally.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree. But I'm also biased. I'm running this game.
biased because I ran Elden Ring.
That's fair.
So I don't like the horse riding in a game for speedrunning.
That's understandable, especially because Torrent doesn't do what you want him to do.
Yeah, that horse makes me so mad.
Understandable, honestly. We're going to be doing a little bit of menuing here as we wait for this big ladder to go all the way down. We put on the yellow lantern fruits. We're going to be using one of here. And this area, casually, I think a lot of people dread it. Because if you do want to explore and stuff like that, there's an archer guy just shooting at you the entire time. And that can be very, very annoying. But we're just going to run past everything, obviously. We are going to be picking up a couple of red mercury items, which are like the equivalent of runes in Elden Ring that we can use. And get to the store, we do, nice. All right, this part is where I'm scared a little bit, so I'm gonna do the safety strat. And what we usually would do is, this is the item. There's an item right there, as you can tell. But there's also two guards right there. You can use certain movement to get in front of the guards, get the item, and not get hit. However, if your line is not 100% crisp and clean, you just get one shot and there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm not going to do that because we will get sent back to the last round. We're also going to be hugging this wall here to get that demon pendant up there. You're supposed to like drop down from the hole and everything. It's like a whole little mini puzzle to get it. But for some reason, you can do that if you're just sprinting into the door or into the wall there. So we got that. The demon pendant allows us to do more fire damage, however, at the cost of our physical damage. So we're going to be using that for when we get more fire damage. We don't have that quite yet. However, we are going back to chapter 1 now. All of our traveling is done. We can continue the video game as the devs intended. I bet they're watching this and they're very, very excited about how we're doing everything. They definitely are not looking to patch that chapter 1 skip.
15 minutes in, you're still in chapter 1.
Well, I was in chapter 2 technically, but now we're back in chapter 1.
Don't believe me, eh?
But yeah, this is the ferryman or boatman. And he's like a very important NPC. He's gonna do a nopers for us here.
You know how it
And he's gonna put a little spell on us and put us into the tutorial boss fight. You are basically expected to lose this. If you guys have played any Souls games, you know how it goes.
Yeah,
and sometimes you can beat it if you have enough strong will and willpower to do it, but you're definitely just meant to die. And not against these guys, obviously. This is just R1 to light attack, R2 to heavy attack. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be putting on a little bit of items. Does look right? I think it does.
Yeah, it looks right.
It's because I'm not used to this. I usually do the riskier strat, so I have more thingy-majigs than I would have usually. And there we go. We dash back 3 times. That allows him to jump on us and just wheel on us completely, and we died the fastest possible way. For a long time, when we were new routing this, we didn't really know how to manipulate anything that he does. So sometimes he would just start jumping around the arena and like lose you 15 seconds for no reason, which was a very, very good time. I also need to do this, I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Would this be a good time to run an announcement, Nico, or do you need to explain something right now?
I am going to explain something right now, actually, because as you can see, the screen is getting a lot darker.
Absolutely.
This is the infinite level glitch, basically.
Oh, okay.
What we do is we put our mouse behind the level up screen so we can continuously get red mercury essence, which is the level up currency. But now I'm just going to be spending a bunch of points so you can do an announcement here.
Okay. All right. So if you're curious what's coming up on Hotfix, check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. Also, Black in a Flash is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. Learn more or apply to get involved at gdq.gg/BAF and follow at blackinaflash.bsky.social on Blue Sky for the latest updates. And back to you, Nico.
Thank you. I do apologize.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you were saying that,
No,
like,
it's okay,
you're going to be way stronger than like a casual playthrough. I guess that's what you were talking about right there. You just got a bunch of like skills or something from a massive level up.
Yeah, so basically what we did is we got a ton of stuff that we're going to be needing later on. We're actually not getting like a ton of HP or anything like that. We're just getting the things that we need. So we will still be in like the 2 to 3 shot range. Like we're not like just going to face tank everything and stuff like that. We still need to play smart. We're not going to get too much endurance or everything like that because obviously the more time you spend in the menu, the more time you lose. So we want to get that as crisp and clean as possible. We are, however, going to talk to this NPC here because we're actually going for a special ending in this, which is 2 minutes faster. I know, 2 whole minutes, chat. That's absolutely
that is a lot.
In a speedrun, it is obviously. But yeah, this is the successor of the bow ending. I'm pretty sure it's called, which is nice little frame lag there. Cool. Which is basically an ending that allows us to end the game at an optional boss instead of having to do the final 2 bosses that you usually would have to do. So we're going to be basically trading 2 bosses for 2 other bosses. There's also a little skip here, ladder skip, where we basically just do this instead of taking down the ladder. So that's nice. And what else did we get, Lion? There's so much stuff. We got something called Crescent Moon, which is a skill discipline. Basically, think of it as a weapon art. We got that. We got something called, well, not yet. We will be getting more stuff later after we've defeated Wuchang because we don't have the weapons yet. But this is Palace Maid, the actual first boss of the game, and she is an absolute pushover with all the levels that we have gotten. Wow. As you can tell, 1 backstab, yeah. All the humanoid enemies in this game are backstabbable. Cool. Kind of like Bloodborne. Yeah. So that's kind of the thing that we do to all of them. We're going to be equipping the Benediction there, like I talked about, more fire damage. And on top of that, we also use the Maddening Incense to get to 100% maddening. So our weapon actually does fire damage. Super, super nice. And also does more damage. We also just do more damage. We also take it. We're going to be getting the Spear here, which is going to be used for a skip later on. And now we're just going to be doing a little bit of parkouring here. Hopefully that guy doesn't hit us. He doesn't. Guy's going to be in the way. We're going to shimmer through him. And we're going to be picking up a short sword here, which we're also going to be using later. It's really cool. Thank you for RNG. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Love you. Oh, yeah, more. Okay, yep. Everyone's out to get me. Cool. All right. Well, that happens sometimes. It is what it is. We're going to be fighting Wuchang now. Wuchang is also a pretty reset-heavy point in the run. We're going for world record times because he can troll you tremendously. Hopefully he doesn't do it here. Let's see what happens. The idea of the fight is the same as the other one. Basically, we want to get up and close to him, and then we want to backstab him. Unlucky. I need to reset the fight a little bit here. Hope he's nice. Oh, he's being very mean.
Very nice.
Here we go. Now we can put in some damage. Got the backstab off. We're going to Crescent Moon off. We're going to be hitting him twice again. Get a Crescent Moon off again, and he should just die here. Yes, sir. Dies before he even phases. Very, very nice.
Nice.
Unfortunate little timing in the beginning, but everything is fine. We're going to be equipping a bunch of stuff here. We're going to be equipping Temperance as well, that we're going to be using. And yeah, that is Dutanga, the technically first boss. The other one is kind of more like a tutorial boss for you to like learn how to backstab. Usually we would quit out here, but it's not very RTA friendly to, skip all these animations. But we do it this way instead for RTA ways. And now we're going to be going back to the first shrine again, because we need to go back and kill that boss that I talked about that's going to give us the really, really cool weapon. First, though, we need to do some levels. So now that we've gotten the weapons that we didn't have before, like the spear, for example, and the short sword and the axe, we can actually put some levels into them as well. And what we're going to be getting is...
This is a
this skill tree is absolutely
huge
nuts.
venue.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know. So we're going to be getting Temperance +1 and +2. And we are going to be getting, what else? Solo Leap, like I said, for the spear, which is going to be a skip that we use later on. We're going to be getting a little bit of endurance in the axe tree, and we are going to be getting something for the short sword, which allows us to get, what should I call it? Skyborn Might. Actually, can you touch on Skyborn Might really quickly, Lion? Because we haven't really explained the principle yet.
Yeah, so Skyborn Might is basically going to be looked at as the equivalent of mana in this game. It's basically just a combat resource that you're used for power weapon skills, any of your discipline skills, spells, swift draws, things of that nature. Skyborn Might is a little bit of an interesting feature in comparison to a lot of them, because you build Skyborn Might by either getting things like perfect dodges, by doing weapon combos, certain amounts of hits will give you Skyborn Might. But it's going to be what is key and necessary for activating the Lotus Soul Flame that he picked up earlier in the run, which you're actually going to be seeing used very soon as well. So that way you can kind of get an idea of just how well balanced it is in the game.
It's balanced. As long as you're not a big boy, it's balanced.
Yeah. But he's essentially going just to be basing a lot of his boss movement, boss attacks around optimizing getting as much as he can, so that way he can use Lotus Soul Flames at the exact moments. Things like skipping phase transitions, killing the bosses as fast as possible, and directly on openings, things of that nature.
Yeah. Something very important with Skyborn Might is it's the, like Lion said, it's the primary use for using your skills, basically. Your skills are a lot stronger if you do have Skyborn Might on than if you don't. We also actually got a benediction here from Wuchang, which we're not going to be really seeing, so not super important. But yeah, he sells one benediction that we really need. So yeah, every discipline / weapon art that we're going to be using, we need Skyborn Might to use that. If you want to clock how much I actually have left, it's the bottom left corner that you'll see. You can actually see that I have none right now on the feathers, but as you see here, if I do attacks like this, perma stagger this guy, I'm going to be getting all the stacks here. So you might be wondering, why in the hell did we just kill that? Well, it's actually because we needed the stacks. And also, he just happens to have the key that we need to open up for this boss fight over here. So yeah, this is Ainenji that we're going to be fighting here in a second. And he's going to be dying very, very fast. This is probably going to look like a joke.
I would not look away from stream because you might miss it.
Shouldn't take too long if we do this everything correct. Let's see. We're going to be using our whole Lotus Flame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And even the Crescent Moon does a lot of damage.
Melted.
Perfect.
There we go. That is him. And we got the sword. Very, very
I
nice.
noticed you get rosaries in this game, which
yeah.
makes me just think of Silk Song.
Oh no, Silk Song Mission.
Understandable. Don't get him started.
Yeah, don't get me started. I've spent 200 hours running that game already.
Oh Lord. Absolute banger game though. But yeah. Okay, so we got the sword that we're going to be using for the entirety of the rest of the run. So first of all, we're going to be using or putting in our benedictions now in that. And then we are going to be getting a sword counter here, which is another discipline that we got earlier on. It does exactly what it says. It counters swords. Basically, it's a parry system for your sword. So we're going to be putting that on as well. And now we're actually going to be going towards a boss called Fierce Tiger, which if you've played this game casually, you might think, wait, there's a boss before that. Well, we have a very, very interesting skip to skip him and a lot of this level, actually. You might be thinking that we're actually spending a lot of time in this level if you're just watching the run, but trust me, this place is absolutely huge with how the level design is. You can kind of showcase, like, start way out there and like all these amazing architectures you have to go into. I have to be a little bit careful about this guy. He likes to push me off. Oh, that should be fine. Okay, everything's good. We actually do have to take a quit out here to reset the enemies. Because if we don't, there's a ladder we need to get up. And that guy on the bridge that you saw waving around his flag, he will hit us with his spells and stuff like that. It's awful. I hate it. So unfortunately, we do have to do this quit out here. Is there anything else that I've missed, Lion? There's a bunch of stuff that like keeps happening in this run, but I think
you've just
covered everything.
About
so far.
Nailed it. The only thing I would add is, in addition to the Skyborn Might, he is going to be running around with a short sword for the majority of the run, even though he's not necessarily using it. For the short sword has a stack that allows him to gain one Skyborn Might approximately every like 30 seconds while he's running.
Yeah.
So that way, even if he's not having to attack enemies, he can at least build it up passively in preparation for boss fights. But that's really the only addition here before he gets to this next skip in Palace and then Tiger.
Yeah. You also may have noticed that we actually went over and talked to at the moment she's called Red Clay Lady, which is a boss that we're going to be fighting later on called Bomagus. We went and talked to her. Something called Avian Dwelling. That is a criteria for the ending that we're trying to get. We basically need to talk to her twice, which we've done now. And then towards the end of the run, we need to basically refuse the storyteller, which you guys haven't seen yet because we haven't been needing him at all. We're going to be refusing his request to actually kill her. This guy here is called Ladder Guardian 3. And we're going to be killing him because he has a ton of health and doesn't look like it, obviously. But he basically guards this ladder very, very heavy. He has spells and stuff like that he can sling at us. You can technically YOLO it and just run up the ladder and hope to God that he doesn't hit you. But if he does, you just lose all your time and you will probably die as well. You see his friends are joining as well over there. So from here on, we need to get to a certain position where we can get out of bounds. What we're going to try to do is basically get out of bounds by using something called Solo Leap. You'll see exactly what that is, but the way that this game has made its hitboxes is very interesting. If I attack off of a building, like if I attack off right here, I would not be sent off. It's basically doing like a ledge protection type thing. So it's very, very hard to want to go somewhere where you're not supposed to. So we actually have to do a little bit of interesting 30 FPS shenanigans. We're going to be quitting out here to reset that guy back there. Shoutouts to that guy, actually, that mob right there, because he's the reason we found this skip at all. We had another kind of convoluted way to getting out of bounds here, where we would get on top of something else and then do a solo leap from there. And that would be very nice and all good. However, I did that skip one time during a run, and for some reason, that guy followed me through the railing. So we as a community were like, hang on, if he can do that, I'm pretty certain we can do that. So it became one of those things where we were like, okay, let's try to figure this out. Yeah. And it ended up being that if we go into this corner here, we'll sort of leap this way and then just walk right off this way. Well, you know, it would have been really cool if it just happened. That would have been really dope. Let's try again. Right here. Of course.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
You just kind of go over that. And no one really knows why. But you know what? It happens. So we'll take it. Like, we're not going to complain. But yeah, that used to take like 20 seconds longer, usually. Here, I'm actually going to be using the axe to figure out where the ledge protection is. You can see she kind of comes to a halt when she knows, oh, I can't move more forward than this. That's kind of a nice little safe way of doing it, instead of just hoping that you have the correct place and then falling off. And this part here is the one that scares me the most. We're going to be lining up right here. We're going to be running off. And then we are going to be walking forward. Oh, no. I might have messed this up. No, I think I'm good. Oh, that was really scary. If I fall down there, I have to do an extra boss that I I've only done in all
Okay.
bosses, so I'm very, very
Okay.
happy that didn't happen. But yeah, that basically skips this boss that is actually in here. I'll show him once we get behind him, because he's actually just not active at all. I'm not gonna run here. I don't want to run down, because again, if I fall down here at any point, this is where you would have to do the extra boss. Obviously, that's slow, first of all, but also we ran over there to actually load in this area behind the arena. Otherwise, there's just a void right here. And now to get inbounds again, we're going to be dashing up this rock, and we can say hi to the electric general over there, and he's just going to be chilling. We actually see him here in a second, which is really weird. It's like lore reasons. And also, we can do another skip here. Get it? There we go. And we just skipped, I don't know, a lot. Just a lot. That's
Okay.
the best way to say it. Probably skipped around like 6-7 minutes of running or something like that, just by that little tiny skip there. And here we are going to be coming up on the tiger boss. So I'm going to get as many stacks as I can. Skyborn Might. We do have to be a little bit faster here because they actually do dissipate. You can't just keep them forever. So we're actually going to be dodging a cannonball up here. Just like that. And then this guy's going to shove me down. That's very, very nice of him. Okay, that should be good enough. Shoot the cannonball again. That'd be really sick. No, not today. All right, buddy. Appreciate you. And shot it down. What a guy. Well, if this goes wrong, I just have to load a save, unfortunately, because we only kind of get one shot at this. Let's hope it doesn't go wrong. Hopefully, I still have the spell. I do. Nice. Okay, this is Fierce Tiger. Lion, take over.
All right, so Fierce Tiger, he is just going to proc Lotus Soul Flame right away in the fight. As he charges towards you, every single bit of that AoE damage is going to proc into him, and he can just follow up immediately with Firebrand attacks. So it's going to force him directly into phase 2, just like that. The biggest reason why you want to do that properly is ideally you want to go into phase 2 with 3 Skyborn Might. However, as you can see here, he doesn't have that quite yet, so he's going to be waiting just for the right attack pattern to occur so he can get a combo in and fit that. So if he calms down a little bit, Tiger likes to run around quite a bit. There we go.
Good here. So I had to do a little bit of a backup there because I only had 2 Skyborn Might left. But we get the second Lotus Flame off, and this guy is yesterday's news.
I still can't believe this fight is so much easier now than it used to be.
Oh yeah, this fight used to be awful.
Oh, that spell looks very busted.
Yeah.
Is that like,
It's very
is it
balanced.
like
I don't know
all
what
of
you're
your
talking about.
levels making it busted, or is it just kind of like that even without all the levels?
So we reached the soft cap in Magic. So we do have a little bit
Okay.
of levels in it, but it's not like our entire build is like dedicated to Magic. You should see what we do in all
sure.
bosses. That is something else. Okay, well now we need to go to.
You're not
Double King.
even at full power here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You can get pendants and stuff like that just boost you so much. In all bosses, the last boss we actually just one shot it. Straight up 100 to 0 one
I
shot.
like that.
Which is crazy. Yeah. With the same spell, because that is, spoiler, also a big boss. However, we're actually going to be fighting some humanoid bosses now. We're back to Cloudspire, because the way you actually progress this game is you collect these chisels. And you saw that we actually had one in the beginning. We got the second one from that Fierce Tiger. That's why we have to kill him. And the third one we're going to be getting from someone called Fengling. Fengling is an interesting story. The lore of the bosses in this game is actually really, really cool because they've taken a lot of inspiration from Chinese mythology and a lot of like real people and stuff like that are actually apparently legends in like the Ming Dynasty. So there's a lot of like really, really cool story and lore about all these bosses. One of them is actually the general that we're coming up here. This is Dui Chengen. And he's a very, very interesting fight. We're basically going to be trying to not make him get to phase 2 at all. So I'm going to be running up here, do a running R1, dodge, attack, dodge, backstab, and then R1, do the Firebrand, get the backstab off. And then from this point on, we're kind of praying that we do enough damage. And we will. He's gonna die to the flame. But he's basically phasing right now. He doesn't know it, but he's dead. There we go. I heard the ding. There you go. That's him gone. Very, very fast fight if done properly. Super nice. Very, very happy that that actually went as well as it did. Because that fight is complete RNG, whether or not he dies. It depends on how many of your firebrand attacks hit him, basically. And now this guy is upset with us. He's going to come swinging at us. And we're going to be making our way to the Cloudspire Castle, where we're going to be fighting two bosses back to back. One of them called Mistress of the Night, who basically is looking for the perfect bride for her little boy, as she says. Also going to be picking up a benediction here, which is the burning ignition. Again, you see kind of a theme here with all the benedictions that we get. They kind of want to give us more damage if we're doing fire damage, because like I said, the weapon that we get, something I completely didn't mention actually, we're not upgrading our weapon at all, by the way. You can get your weapon to plus 10 in this game. Our weapon is plus 0, and we're not going to be upgrading it once. It takes too long, unfortunately, and the damage it does is just absolutely insane, but it doesn't scale super well. Bit of running here, getting some more lantern fruits, and yeah. You like this area when you played it, Casual Line? I know you're like the only one that I know that I've actually played this as well.
I'm not gonna lie, this area was probably one of the smoothest that went down. A lot of the areas in this game, with the way that they map out the enemies, feels very Dark Souls 1-esque, where they are in some of the most irritating spots casually, to where you have to think about every move that you're doing. This area, it's the way they space it out, it's kind of easy to navigate and explore and kind of appreciate everything that they've done with the actual map itself. This is one of the few places that you can take your time exploring and not worry about 3 people walking up behind you while you're looking over the mountainside. Not saying that happened during the casual runs, casual playthroughs at all, but it might.
Sometimes it's okay to, you know, enjoy the view a little bit. I do that often when I play something casually. If the game looks amazing, it's very, very hard for me not to, honestly.
This is one of the most visually appealing games that released this year.
Yeah, 100%. Also kind of flew under the radar, I feel like, unfortunately.
Would this be a good spot to get in one more announcement?
For sure.
Okay. So I want to remind everyone that September is here, and that means discounts of 25% or more on 1, 3, and 6 month subscriptions during September. So if you're enjoying the stream, consider taking advantage of the discount and subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. We appreciate your support. And back to you, Nico.
You. A little bit of dodging there in the mist, and we're almost at Mistress of the Night. Anything noteworthy about that fight? Not really. She is a humanoid as well, so we do want to kind of look for backstabs. Exactly.
Paying attention.
That's the idea. And we're actually, you know, that if you play Bloodborne, you kind of know how it goes. If you're a humanoid enemy, you know what to do. Either parry them or you backstab. It's kind of the same in this game, which is really, really cool in my opinion.
I think
Boulder here.
I think the biggest thing about it is just the 3 different openings kind of changes the approach at the start of the fight, but once you get that first initial backstab in, you're kind of just going through.
Yeah, it seems like that.
He has
on a lot of the bosses. Like as soon as you get that backstab, then you're just dead.
Kind of, yeah. So Mistress is a little bit interesting in the fact that she has both 3 different openings she can do, but she also has like different attacks that she can do afterwards. So you kind of just need to, lack of a better word, get really good at the fight and just learn how to do everything in the fight.
You have to have
learn how every single backstab works.
For everything, because that's often how you have to deal with like the bosses in these kind of games.
Exactly. So I'm going to be paying a little bit of attention. Let's see what she gives us. Okay, she gives us a teleport attack. Hopefully she jumps at us. Does not jump at us, unfortunately. Just a frost. This is my least favorite one, of course. But we get the backstab off. Hopefully she doesn't get pushed into the corner here. This is like the one place I do not want her to be. I want her to jump out. Okay. Well, this is amazing.
she jumped.
Okay. Maybe this is doable.
Oh,
Nope. Oh my
wow.
God.
You got blown up.
She is staying in the worst spot.
That is 100% the worst spot that she could stay at. Oh my God. That is so unfortunate. And we didn't get a shrine before that. So I do need to load a file,
That's okay.
unfortunately.
That's okay.
The reason we don't get the shrines is because they take so long. Like they literally take longer than like 30 seconds every time. And there's the whole and there's the whole Skyborn Might thing as well, where like I'm running into that fight with 5 stacks. So that's why we don't do it.
Yeah.
I've loaded the file. Hopefully the file is good.
That's a really long
not,
time to get like a safety. Just going through the animation.
Oh yeah,
that's brutal.
Yeah, I mean the shrines that we get now in the runs are literally the only ones where we need to teleport. Like we don't get them if we don't have to do that.
Yeah, but like even for like marathon setting, like sometimes you'll take like a safety bonfire. But if it's like, I could understand like skipping if it takes that long.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well I have no Skyborn Might, but let's hope that this just works.
Ride for my little boy.
Oh, she's being mean. Okay, we'll play ball. Never mind. Does not want to play ball. Okay. Let's see here. What are you going to give me? This is good so far. Oh, I don't have any heals on this file. Nice. Okay. 1. Okay, thank you for the double.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully he dies here. I'm not 100% certain.
Oh,
Very nice.
He might die to the fire. Did die to the fire?
Yep.
that was stressful. Okay.
Yeah, that's how the fight is. I just realized that. I'm thinking, because we had some route changes.
Is your save file not?
That's what I'm worried about. So I might have to load the file for Perfect Bride here, which all you're gonna miss is that I do a little bit of parkouring, and then we're gonna be coming down to the next fight.
Okay.
Basically, just think of it as like I took an elevator, guys. That's all it was.
Okay.
But I do need to check. Yes, we have it. Okay, thank God.
Okay. How much
did it in
did
the right
you
order first time.
skip there? how much of us?
1
Okay.
minute.
That's not
basically.
too much. Yeah.
It's
We're
basically nothing.
Back on track.
Yeah. So this is the other fight that I was
Okay.
talking about. Yeah. We're gonna be doing a parry, and we got a really good RNG pattern here. Getting her down, and then we're going to be backstabbing her into firebrands once again. You know the drill by this point.
Wow.
There we go. That's her first phase done. Now she turns into a chimera. I know. The game is getting crazy. We're going to be swift drawing here. Make sure that we don't get stopped by the roar animation. We're going to be going to her tail, making sure that we can stay onto her, and she just gets absolutely exploded.
Very
there
nice.
we go. We do have to quit out here because we want the storyteller to actually show up right where we're standing. If we don't quit out, it doesn't work. He's not going to be there. So it's either that or taking the shrine, but quitting out is unironically faster, which is sad. It'd be nice if he just showed up. But yeah, now we got the chisels that we needed to get to the rest of the game. And Lion, you can maybe talk about where the rest of the game is going to take place if you know the lore and stuff like that. I think you followed that more than I did.
I think you actually followed the lore more than I did.
Oh, that's a fair one.
It is quite entertaining. Well, okay. So long story short, Nico actually pushed me to finish this game. There were so many games that released this time of year.
Yeah.
Because it was July, right? Late July into August.
Yeah, something like that.
There were so many games that were coming out that I wanted to play that I started doing this, and I was going to put it on the back burner. And Nico and I were playing side by side, so he went ahead and finished it. And I was playing everything else, and I completely forgot about it. So he had to push me to finish it towards the end of August. However,
aren't you glad you finished it?
I am. I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't finish it earlier because the end game is honestly some of the best content in the game, which says a lot. You're going to see a boss coming up after he goes through quite a few new areas in this kind of end game mode that we would have seen earlier in the run. And for anyone who's played this casually, you probably have a general idea of who it is. Won't say its name now. However, she is probably one of the biggest skill checks and most difficult fights in the entire game. Nico, I don't know if you'd agree with that.
Oh, 100%. The first couple of bosses that you fight in this game, you're kind of like, this, I'm kind of first trying some of them. I'm maybe second trying some of them if something surprises me. Like, oh, this doesn't seem too bad. Kind of cruising by it. You reach her, you reevaluate your entire life. You're like, wait, what happened? Like, what happened to the game? Why did it become super difficult all of a sudden? It's a character called Honglan. She's called Commander Honglan in that fight, and she is absolutely cracked. She flies around the arena. She has these weird palm blast attacks that she pulls out of nowhere. She's just an insanely fun fight, honestly, once you get really good at it. But yeah, casually, she can be an absolute terror. I think every single tier list that I've seen, people talk about bosses in this game, she is always basically at the top. She's like A or S tier every single time, which is super, super funny because when you consider what you can actually fight in this game, there's a lot of optional bosses in this game, as there are in a lot of Souls games. Some of the bosses are absolutely insane. Zhao Yun is one who is a very, very legendary commander in the Ming Dynasty era. I'm gonna be a little bit careful that I don't die, because these guys are just punching each other for no reason. You can fight him, and I don't know what else to say, but it's gonna be painful. Like if you fight him casually, he is just awful. I think Regal, you would actually have so much fun with that fight because you would be just so surprised about all the things you can pull.
So this next,
and I know
this next boss, are you fighting it like out of sequence, or is this like about the time you normally would fight it?
No, so because we skipped chapter 1, you usually fight her in chapter 1 as like the end boss before you go to chapter 2. But because we skipped it, we've never seen her. So yeah, she's gonna be smack talking us a little bit here coming into the fight, and we haven't even seen her this run. So it's like, all right, man, like calm down.
Oh,
why do you have
is
a
this
vendetta
like
against us?
supposed to be the second time you fight her normally? Okay,
Exactly.
I see.
Like this is Honglan 2. Yeah. And something terrible has happened to her. We can probably spoil that a little bit. She has become full feathered, so she's obviously has new moves and stuff like that. All right, I only have one try to do this. Otherwise, I do have to load a file again because we have 5 Skyborn Mites, so we need to keep that. And we basically got that by dodging and weaving, but also just running around with our short sword, like I talked about earlier. So I'm gonna be equipping my Firebrand, my sword here, and Lion, take it away.
All right, so with this, it is going to be very similar to the strategy. As you can see, she is just a person. So as long as he can find the proper attack openings to get these backstabs, he's going to put himself in good positions through the fight. The biggest kind of skill check that comes on with Honglan is she's one of the only enemies in the game where you really don't find yourself with a lot of attack openings. Once she does get a combo going, it is very hard to counter it. Here we go, and very nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
She really wanted to meme on me at the end there. Nice.
So that was part of it. If you miss any of those openings, you will not get another opportunity to attack for about 10 to 15 seconds, typically.
Until she decides to, basically.
Yeah, until she's tired of running around and going everywhere.
Yeah. But that was nice. A little bit sketchy towards the end. The basic idea is that we backstab her one time and then we build off an up stagger meter, which we haven't really talked about because it hasn't been relevant, because we rarely use up all the stagger meter. But basically, yeah, we're trying to use the stagger meter to stagger her again and then get another backstab off, basically. She moved right as I was going to hit her again, unfortunately. She can do that sometimes. It happens. Not much I can do about it. And that just allowed me to have to actually do a little bit of the fighting naturally instead of, a little bit scripted. That just happens sometimes in this game, unfortunately. But now we're going to the last boss of the game, actually. This is Bo Magus that we're going to be coming up on. And Bo Magus is a very, very interesting boss. She has thresholds where she wants to do a specific attack. We want to avoid that as much as possible. So what I'm going to be doing is running into this fight, and we're going to be trying to get a backstab off once again in the beginning. First, we're going to be doing 2R1, sorry. And then we're going to be smacking her 5 times after this. And then we hope that she gives us good attacks. This is not the one we want. Could be better. Can you give us anything? Okay, we should be able to... Nope. She just has backstab immunity sometimes. Unfortunately, this time she gave it to me. Nice. And now we want to get 2R1s here. Want to fling her away. And she's dead.
That was
Nice.
very clean.
Completely skipped all her phases.
Nice.
And yeah, time is actually coming up once the cutscene starts. But yeah, that fight is extremely toxic. If if she goes into the air, she has this sword attack that comes down and they can one-shot you and everything in time.
Nice.
That is the successor of the bow ending. Hopefully I didn't go overtime
No.
or anything. Not sure if you guys want to watch the cutscene.
No,
It's kinda pretty.
let's see what happens. So this is like a alternate ending, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, there are these people called the Bow people that are very religious, and they are very, very much with the avian gods, basically. So as you can tell here, the avian gods are kind of taking a hold of Wuchang now. It's a very, very beautiful cutscene where it's basically what we're understanding is like the ancestors kind of taking over her so that she takes a new form and takes like the successor of the bow. So she is now the new Bow Magus, but she would probably be called Bow Wuchang instead. And she is basically their priestess, their leader, their disciple, whatever you want to call it. Now she's flying into the sky, up to the avian
Well,
gods.
I honestly don't feel like I maybe haven't even been spoiled that much. If this is like,
Oh, not
No,
at all.
compared to the main ending, this is nothing.
especially because of all the stuff that you talked about skipping. But it's also an alternate ending that you end on, which is interesting. That it reminds me of Sekiro a bit, where it's like
The Shura ending.
sort of maybe not quite as drastic, because Shura like does like really remove a lot of the game for Sekiro.
Oh yeah.
Are there any other like ending categories for the game, or is it just kind of any % in all bosses?
There is actually like endings for every single ending that you want to do. The mods have been very nice and actually put that out. It is like a variable, so if there's like a specific ending you're searching for, you can go and find that. Most people are just running this one because it's the fastest one. That's usually how it goes. I've been one of the only people that have been running all bosses. I did a lot of the routing on it and stuff like that, and it actually only came down to like a 120 something, which is pretty fast when you consider I think it's like 19 or 18 bosses that we're fighting.
Is that in-game time?
A lot of them, yeah, it is. So RTA would probably be like 130, something like that, maybe a little higher. But yeah, super fun run actually. I've had a blast with this.
What's the?
I had a blast with this haze and
What's
QAQ.
the record for this category? I think you have it, right?
Yes, I actually have it. It is 41:15, and I was gunning to go for a sub 41, but it's tough. It's really tough to get a sub 41. Yeah, I've been close, but yeah, any little thing goes wrong in any boss, you just lose the entire run. Every single boss fight has to go perfectly, unfortunately.
Rough. I mean, that's just
Which is hard in an RNG
that's
game.
just
so-
that's just how it is. You gotta grind. You gotta grind.
Exactly. You know how it is.
I know
The Souls
exactly
games.
how it is. I usually like to play the ones that are a little more broken, just because like it alleviates a lot of that RNG. But you're always gonna have it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I hope this was fun for people to watch. Maybe they haven't seen a Wuchang run before. Probably not. The game is pretty amazing in my opinion. I'm gonna say something controversial here. For me, I'm gonna say it again. For me, in my opinion, it is up there with Lies of P. You don't have to take that at full face credit. You can play the game yourself, make out your make up your own mind. But I think it went underappreciated this year.
There's been a lot of games over the past like few months. It's hard to make time for all of them.
Oh, yeah.
I want to play this game, but like
100%.
I'm so busy playing, Silk Song and Hades 2 and all these other amazing games that are coming out. But this one looks very deserving of your time.
I definitely pick it up whenever you have the chance. But I understand September has been absolutely cracked for video games.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that amazing run, Nico. Do you want to give us like your shout outs, tell people where they can find you and all that good stuff?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me, first of all, and thank you, Lion, for commentating. Yeah, you can find me at Nico with a C anywhere. It's not AC. I don't own an air conditioning. I'm really sorry, guys. It's just that I have a C in my name. But yeah, I'm on X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch. Come drop a follow if you enjoy Souls games, if you enjoy speedrun horror. I run a lot of like RE games and stuff like that as well. I run a lot of different stuff, so there's probably something to take your fancy. And yeah, drop a follow to Lion as well. He promised me that he would be speedrunning and streaming Silk Song, so that's gonna happen. We need to push him to do that. And yeah, that's about all. Thank you, everyone.
Do you have anything to shout outs for yourself, Lion?
Not really. I appreciate you guys having me, Nico, for inviting me. If you do want to, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get around to streaming my Silk Song attempts. I would just like to personally say, in addition to what Nico said, if you haven't played this game yourself, definitely go give it a try. If you want to try out the speedrun, join the Discord. Everyone in there is more than happy to help you get started. Same thing for if anyone's interested in Silk Song. Incredible communities on both sides. Fantastic games. And Regal, we really appreciate you for having us here.
Oh, I thank y'all so much for being here. When I got the request for y'all to appear, I was like, yes, absolutely. This is 100%. Want this here, especially like not only the game, but like I know you fairly well, Nico. Happy to have you on, and love to have you on again.
I appreciate it.
If you got anything up your sleeve in the future.
Holding you to that. Holding you to
all
that.
right. Well, that's gonna be all for this week's episode of Game Over. Two really cool runs. First, that Halo Infinite run. Second time we've had Halo Infinite on in a couple months. But it was cool to see a longer version of the game, fully played out on Legendary. Really busted. And then the Wuchang run, also really cool. Lot of skips. It seems like I haven't actually played the game, but it seems like there was a lot of skips being done.
There's a decent share.
I can't imagine that normally you would probably finish it that fast. But the boss fights look really cool as well. Very quick kills. I appreciated seeing that. But that's, like I said, that's going to be all for us this week. Make sure you stick around though, because we still have more hotfix to go for the night. We have another show coming up after this. It's going to be Think Fast, and they're going to be doing a run of Poke Park Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. So if you want to see more speedruns, make sure you stick around after the break, because they will be right back with more speedruns. So thank you so much for watching. I am your host, Regal. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you for watching.